KENO Las Vegas.
Chen clubs one near the base of the scoreboard. That ball was just absolutely tattooed.
The Las Vegas 51s are on Fox Sports Radio 1460. 51's baseball is brought to you by Carl's Jr., Budweiser, Fox Communications, and by the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Now, to the stadium with the voice of the Las Vegas 51s, Russ Langer.
Hey, very hearty good evening to all of you. Russ Langer here, Cashman Field, and it's kind of a chilly, breezy evening. The fans are coming in mostly jacketed right now as the 51s are continuing what has been an extremely successful homestand for them. Their first homestand of the year, in fact, here at Cashman Field. Well, when they came off the road trip, the 51s were kind of a staggering bunch. They were 2-4, and they were playing the team that started off on a negative foot. Colorado Springs had beaten them 2 out of 3 before the snow came down in Colorado. And the 51s were looking for some retribution. I'd say they got it with an exclamation mark. All they did was sweep Colorado Springs, who would have been happy winning 3 out of 4. But they won the first 3, some wild games in there, like 14-13, 13-11 on Sunday. And yesterday, Brad Penny took the ball and threw 79 pitches, 59 of which were strikes, 6 strong innings. And there's no official word, but certainly it would not be a shock to find out that Penny was going to be going to L.A. for his next step. We'll find out more what the Dodgers want to do. The Las Vegas 51s rode Penny's arm to that victory last night here at Cashman Field. And for Las Vegas, it really was quite a ball game here. They had a nice crowd. Las Vegas won 9-5. Penny's only mistake was a fastball in the middle of the plate to the very dangerous Andy Tracy in the third inning with one man on, hit it over the center field wall. And that tied the game up at 2, but Las Vegas catcher Mike Rose hit a 3-run home run in the fourth inning to break the 2-2 tie. Vegas got 3 more in the 8th. A home run by Tony Schrager, RBI double by Mike Rose, run scoring single by Schrager later in the 8th inning, and Las Vegas went on to win 9-5. Tonight, Vegas is hosting the other team that gave them trouble on that same road trip, the Salt Lake Stingers. Now, the Stingers are 7-4. Vegas is 6-4. They're looking for the 5th straight win. The Stingers are affiliated with the Angels, and they've got a rehabbing pitcher of their own going tonight. Kelvin Escobar has some right elbow trouble. He's scheduled to go about 80 to 90 pitches. Former Toronto Blue Jay will be opposed by veteran righty Pat Mahomes for Las Vegas, who threw 6 scoreless innings against Salt Lake last week at Franklin Covey Field. Our very special guest in the pregame show is none other than the general manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Paul DePodesta, who was here last night to watch Brad Penny pitch. What's been the secret to the Dodgers' success? They won again today over Milwaukee in extra innings. And Paul DePodesta took a lot of heat in the offseason for the moves that he made. And we'll talk about how he feels about his club and how he felt about dealing with some of that criticism and how he feels about the Dodger farm system with Las Vegas at the top tier of that farm system right now. Paul DePodesta, our guest, back to talk with him right after this.
From the Wise Guys. Listen to us weekdays from noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, how's it going? I'm a baby in a womb without a view. So listen up, Mom, because I got a few things I need to get off my chest here. Number 1, no more step aerobics. You're going to be fat. Deal with it. You're pregnant. It's cool. If I hit my head on that rib cage like one more time, your little baby's going to come out a few IQ points a little short. I got a little tiny soft spot up there, woman, so take it easy. And one more thing. You can't be eating spicy food. It gets really hot down here. Stop eating that stuff that has a kick to it, and I won't be getting all kung fu on your appendix. Remember, Mama, we always have the option of coming out butt first. And you don't want that to happen. You'll be walking funny for a week.
Introducing the Spicy Barbecue $6 Burger from Carl's Jr. with fried jalapeno and onion strips and spicy barbecue sauce. It ain't for babies. New at Carl's Jr. for a limited time at participating restaurants.
We're visiting with Dodger General Manager Paul DePodesta in town for this evening. Paul, the Dodgers are 9-2, the best record in baseball. What aspect of play for them has been the biggest surprise for you to this point?
Well, I mean, I think we're leading all of baseball right now in runs scored, and that's been terrific. I mean, I definitely thought we would be a very capable offensive club, but I think being number one in the league, it certainly exceeded my expectations. But I still think we're going to be a strong offensive club as the year continues on. And we pitched well. I think we're only going to pitch better, especially when we get some of these guys off the disabled list.
The team also has looked good for the most part, especially in recent days defensively, when there was some discussion about that in the offseason about how that would be.
Yeah, I know that it was definitely a hot topic through the course of the winter. I think especially because we argue we had the best defense in the game last year, and that's a pretty high standard to uphold. But I still think we have a well above average defensive team. Whether it's going to live up to last year's standard is difficult to say, and that's a pretty lofty standard to uphold. But at the same time, I think our defense in general is going to be an asset for us, especially our outfield defense.
Jeff Kent has come up big offensively. He's also played well defensively. And what might be overlooked when it comes to defensive skills, especially where he's concerned, is his tremendous positioning.
Yeah, he's a veteran. He really knows how to position himself out there and how to put himself in a position to make the plays. And he just makes very, very few mistakes. I mean, last year I think he only made 6 or 7 errors the entire year. So he's a very, very steady defender, and he's a smart defender. And then offensively, he's been our rock, right in the middle of our lineup, hitting fourth, and he's just a professional run producer. I saw today that he's hitting .413, which I can't possibly believe because I think it feels like he's hitting about .650, for us. But he's been outstanding for us here his first 2 weeks.
Paul DePodesta, I guess, in the pregame show, the Dodger general manager tonight. Paul, you took almost overwhelming amounts of criticism in the offseason for moves that were made. The team is 9-2. At what point do you take a look at it and say, hey, I've been redeemed by all of this?
I don't think that'll necessarily ever be the case, just because I probably don't get anything out of that, but hopefully we'll, go on and be as successful as we were last year. I mean, last year we were able to win a division title, but I think we want to repeat that and hopefully do even more than we did last year, but we still have an awfully long way to go. We played 11 games, so I mean, it's great to see what we've done so far, but hopefully we'll keep the pressure on and put ourselves in a position to achieve more than we did last year.
And finally, I want to talk to you about the farm system. Obviously, if you're visiting here, you were able to make the moves that you made last year, by and large, without touching this farm system, which has been so highly regarded.
Well, it's been a really careful balance for us, I think, over the course of the last year and a half now, between rebuilding the organization, which we felt like we needed to do, and winning at the major league level at the same time. And that's a difficult balance to strike. And yet, fortunately for us, former GM Danny Evans and then Terry Collins, our farm director, and Logan White, our scouting director, had really been rebuilding the foundation of the organization in the lower minor leagues for the last couple of years. And some of those players are beginning to filter up to the upper levels. And I think in the next year or two, we'll see more and more of those guys emerging, not only here in Las Vegas, but also in Los Angeles. And I think we've only added to that group. I mean, getting guys like, Diana Navarro and there are a handful of them, Cody Ross. I mean, there are a bunch of guys I think that we've acquired, Antonio Perez last year, that we feel like are going to help, our major league club in the near future. So hopefully we won't feel the need to continue with this balance for a long time. Hopefully the stress will continue to be winning at the major league level, and it'll be just a smooth running machine at the minor league level. And I think we're getting closer and closer to that.
Last question, Paul. Much has been talked and written about Joel Guzman, who's at AA Jacksonville right now. In your estimation, how good is he and how good can he be?
Well, I think, everyone has said that this guy has a chance to be a superstar, and I think, that's probably accurate. He has all the tools to be. That being said, he still has an awful lot of work to do to get there. He's playing in AA right now. He's still very, very young. I think just 20 years old, and he finished the year last year in AA. I wouldn't be surprised if he, continues his progression, that it won't be, too long before, we see him here in Las Vegas. But We'll see. He's so young, we can afford to take our time with him, from a development standpoint, and not rush him. And if we can continue winning games at the big league level, we really won't have to rush him. But he's a special player. I mean, he's a 6'6", 200-plus pound shortstop with tremendous power, and I think has the athleticism to play a lot of different positions. So, but his bat certainly has a chance to be special.
Paul, I appreciate the time very much. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Paul DePodesta, our guest, back with more right after this.
Thank you, Diane. That's quite a story.
Well, thanks, Bob. Now, let's turn the time over to Steve with our 5-day forecast. Steve, what's coming down the pike?
Mm-hmm. Well, Bob and Diane, it looks like we have quite a wholesome week ahead in the western region of the Cereal Bowl. Right here, things are looking pretty creamy. But wait, here comes a cold front. Looks refreshing. Precipitation from the North Gallant should drench a delicious 3 inches. Oh, and the next day, we get a great big homogenized whole milk storm sweeping in. It should make for great recipes on the weekend with a lot of sour cream on top, but that's all right because we could use the calcium.
Meadow Gold Dairy. Skim, 2% whole and chocolate milk, as well as cottage cheese and sour cream, are so fresh and delicious they might leave you a little bit distracted.
What does the milk hold for next week? Should be chocolate from here on out. Back to you, Diane.
Sounds delicious, Steve.
Very good, Diane.
Oh, way to milk it, Bob. Meadow Gold Dairy. Got something fresh on your mind?
Hey, Las Vegas, this is Chris Myers. Join me every afternoon from 3 until 4 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460, KENO, Las Vegas. Looking to pitch a perfect game the next time your home team gets hungry? Then it's time to go to your ace, Carl Budding. Nothing tops original Carl Budding thin sliced meats for taste. With 9 great flavors like honey ham, oven-roasted turkey, and corned beef, you know you'll have the variety to go into extra innings if you have to. And we're talking legendary Major League convenience with the ability to work your lineup from snack time to meal time. Looks like you're in complete control with Carl Budding.
Brace yourself and your General Motors vehicle for summer with a visit to the excellent GM Goodwrench Service Department at Desert Pontiac GMC Buick. Desert Pontiac GMC Buick's factory-trained air conditioning specialist will check your condenser and coolant level, adjust your drive belts, inspect your clamps and hoses, check Freon, test your system pressure, and check for leaks. Take no chances. Come see your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Desert Pontiac GMC Buick in the Valley Auto Mall at 330 North Gibson Road in Henderson. It's good to know it's Goodwrench. Welcome back, friends. We're here at Cashman Field getting set for the start of this one, and we have the starting lineup as advertised for this ball game tonight between Las Vegas and Salt Lake. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, they come in with a record of 7-4. Leading off in center field, Chris Prieto. Batting second is the shortstop. That's Casey Smith. Hitting third at first base, Casey Kotzman. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Curtis Pride. Hitting fifth and catching will be Jeff Mathis. In the sixth slot, left fielder Luke Allen. Batting seventh in right field, Brian Gordon. In the eighth position, third baseman Adam Patkovich. And in the ninth position is the second baseman Andy Fox. That's Salt Lake's lineup. For the home team, Las Vegas 51's top farm team, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're managed by Jerry Royster. Of course, Salt Lake managed by Las Vegas resident Dino Ebel. For Las Vegas, leading off in center field will be Henri Stanley. Batting second is the shortstop Jose Flores. In the third spot is the left fielder, Chin Feng Chen. Batting in the cleanup position is first baseman Brian Myro. Hitting fifth, Las Vegas, he's the designated hitter for tonight, Mike Edwards. Hitting sixth, the switch-hitting third baseman Willie Ibar. Batting seventh in right field, Cody Ross. The Las Vegas catcher will bat eighth, that's switch-hitting Mike Rose. And batting ninth at second base will be Joe Thurston. And on the mound for Las Vegas, righty Pat Mahomes, 1-0 with an ERA of 0. The win was against Salt Lake last week. Kelvin Escobar, rehabbing from the parent Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, is warming up in the left field bullpen right now, coming off elbow trouble. And he's loosening up right now. We're almost set to the start of the ball game. Right now, there's some little leaguers out on the field at each position. As we await the 51s taking the field, Escobar had his manager, Mike Scioscia, talking about him on the team website. And he's on the disabled list with a right elbow strain. He'll throw 80 to 90 pitches tonight. Last year was his first season with the Angels after spending the first part of his career with Toronto as the 51s take the field here at Cashman Field. 51 decked out in their home whites, trimmed in Dodger blue. Pat Mahomes to the mound And we'll step aside for one more 60-second timeout and come back with the first pitch of the game right after this.
I'm part of a family. We keep the lights on in the schools, in the neighborhoods,
and in businesses all across Nevada.
We're on call no matter what kind of emergency.
It could be a call in the middle of the night to one home in the middle of the desert.
Sometimes it's just teaching people about safety.
It's a great feeling knowing the work you do matters.
We keep things running.
Just like you, I'm a customer.
My name is Lloyd Bird.
My name is Bill McKendry. I'm Eric Sedgwick.
I'm Dwayne Hofster.
My name is Bill King, and I'm one of the 850 members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. We're the people behind Nevada Power, and we're customers too.
Advertisement not paid by customers of Nevada Power.
Welcome back, friends, to Cashman Field. And Pat Mahomes continues to loosen up right now with Mike Rose, and it's Chris Prieto, Casey Smith, and Casey Kotzman all set to face Mahomes as we get ready in game one of a four-game series. So how will the 51s do against a team that beat him 2 out of 3 last week in Salt Lake? Of course, they just got finished sweeping Colorado Springs, while Salt Lake was in Tucson for a four-game series. And the Stingers are 7-4, which puts them in first place in the Pacific Coast League Pacific North. They are a game and a half up on two teams, Portland and Tacoma. Those teams are both 6-6. Colorado Springs in last place now because they lost 6 in a row. The Sky Sox kind of went reeling out of town today to go to Tucson. They're now 4-7. All righty. Pat Mahomes is set. Chris Prieto, the ex-Las Vegas player, in the batter's box. The first pitch of the game, he runs up to bunt, takes a fastball up high, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll see what adjustments that the Salt Lake Stinger team makes against Pat Mahomes. Veteran right-hander with a 1-0 windup and a pitch to Prieto hitting 265. He squares to bunt, takes a strike. Then it's now a ball and a strike to Prieto. Along with that 265 average, Prieto with 2 homers. Or rather, no homers, I should say, 2 RBIs. He has drawn 12 walks to lead the team. He's always had a good eye. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. The pitch from Mahomes. Fastball to ground ball to short. To his left is Flores. He's got it. Fires on the first base and gets Prieto. Quickly 1 down. And that will bring up the shortstop, Casey Smith. Las Vegas on defense behind Pat Mahomes. Brian Myro is at first base. The second baseman, Joe Thurston. At shortstop, Jose Flores. And at third base is Willie Ibar. Chin Feng Chen is in left. Henri Stanley is in center. The right fielder, Cody Ross. And the catcher, Mike Rose, for Pat Mahomes. Cal Escobar has finished warming up right field side. He's heading to the dugout now. Fastball's a strike in the outside corner to Casey Smith. Smith, who's from Ashford, Alabama. Split time last year between AA Arkansas and Salt Lake in the Angel system. The 0-1 pitch, off-speed breaking ball. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Smith off to a good start this year. Hitting .333. And the count to him is 0-2. Mahomes comes back. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Hit hard towards second. Backhanded by Thurston, who gets up, double clutches, and throws low. And Myro able to handle it, and there are 2 outs. Hard hit ball to Thurston's right. And a nice play to backhand it. Double clutched and through, and Myro handled the low throw. 2 down in the batter, Casey Kotzman. The umpires, Rob Drake is behind the plate. First base ump is Joe Stegner. The second base umpire is Mark Morrow, and the third base, Darren Hyman. A full complement of arbiters for tonight's affair. 2 outs, nobody on. No score in the top of the first, and here is a highly regarded prospect, Casey Kotzman, stepping in against Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, 6'4", 220 pounds. He's 34, out of Lindale, Texas. And the pitch is a little high ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Mahomes, when he first came up in the Twins organization, his first pro year was 1988. Yeah, here's the 1-0 to Kotzman. And that one hit him. Kotzman was spinning out of the way of that low inside pitch, and it got a piece of him, and the ball went to the backstop. So Kotzman, nicked by the pitch, will take his base. He came in hitting 143. He's safe at first base, being hit by a pitch with 2 outs. And the batter, Curtis Pride. Anyway, Mahomes was a real fireballer when he first came up as a teenager. And he was a mid to high 90s type of guy. And over the years, he spent time with several organizations. The Cubs had him. The Mets had him for a while. In fact, he was part of the pennant-winning New York Mets of the year 2000 when they played the Subway Series against the Yankees. Here's Pride. The pitch. Off-speed pitch is taken low, ball 1-0. So Mahomes has been all over the board, and he's pitched in Japan. And last year, Mahomes was with 3 different PCL teams: Edmonton, Albuquerque with the Marlins, and Nashville. There's the 1-0 to Pride. And he takes it high ball 2-0. Curtis Pride off to the best start of any of the Salt Lake hitters, hitting .439 with 3 homers, and also tops them already. He's got 16 RBIs in only 10 games. Kotman at first base, 2 outs. No score here in the top of the first. The pitch. Breaking ball, spins in low, and the count to Pride is now 3-0. Pride, as many fans may be aware, is deaf, and a fellow who has had a productive career mostly in the minor leagues, but he's broken into the big leagues a number of times. There's the 3-0 pitch. Kotman takes his lead. The 3-0 pitch is up and away, ball 4. So Mahomes, after getting the first 2 men on ground balls, hits Kotman, walks Curtis Pride. Out to the mound is Rose to speak to him. And with 2 outs, the batter will be the catcher, Jeff Mathis. That brings up the point that the Stingers hitters lead the Pacific Coast League. That walk drawn by Pride is the 57th walk drawn by a Stinger hitter, and this is only their 12th game. It's an average of over 5.5 walks per game. Here's the pitch to Mathis. Fastball's high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. No score, top of the first. Mathis, right-handed hitting catcher, 6 feet tall, 180. Just 22 years old, from Florida, and was a .227 hitter at Arkansas last year, but he's over .400 the early going this year. There's a ground ball back to Mahomes. He gloves it, and lollipops it to first base. That's the inning. So a comebacker, and the inning is over. The Stingers in the top of the first get no runs, no hits, no errors. They lead 2, and at the end of half an inning of play, Salt Lake nothing, Las Vegas against Kelvin Escobar coming up.
And we're back to the Senate Judiciary Committee investigation.
If you please, sir, do you or do you not freshly recall the incident in question? We know that cereal was smothered, and there was evidence of cookie dunking. Here's a smooth, delicious question, General. I find it baffling, sir, that you of all people don't recognize the calcium of the situation here. There's no half and half about it. I demand $1 for sour cream. What cottage cheese is nutritious for you? It is in the interest of this assembly that you are forthcoming with the skim and the whole and the chocolate.
Meadow Gold Dairy. Skim, 2% whole and chocolate milk, as well as cottage cheese and sour cream, are so fresh and delicious they might leave you a little bit distracted.
Furthermore, we will not be satisfied until we get to the bottom of this gallon. What say you, sir?
On the advice of my attorney, I would like to take a step.
Meadow Gold Dairy. There's something fresh on your mind?
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 9 a.m., only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Camden and Oasis Apartment Homes are proud sponsors of the Las Vegas 51. Camden and Oasis Apartment Homes are here to provide you with 32 locations in the Las Vegas and Henderson areas. From studios to 3-bedroom, family-sized apartment homes, there's something to fit anyone's needs and everyone's budget. Stop by any Camden and Oasis Apartment Home community, or while you're at the ballpark, check out our ad and play ball. Camden and Oasis Apartment Homes, the only choice in apartments. For more information, call us toll-free at 1-877-7-CAMDEN.
Back again, friends, to Cashman Field. The Salt Lake Stingers did not score in the top of the first against Pat Mahomes. And now Kevin Escobar takes them out. So, Las Vegas starts off with Henry Stanley, who is just getting ready to step up to the plate. Kevin Escobar is 6'1", 230 pounds. He's a big guy from Barquisimeto in Venezuela. 28 years old. Escobar has been pitching professionally since 1993. He was Blue Jay property, and he was signed as a free agent by the Angels November of 03. Here's the pitch to Stanley. Fastball, low ball 1, 1-0. Henry Stanley starts off hitting a brisk .450. He's 9 for 20 with a home run, 7 RBIs. He had 6 of them on Sunday. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Stanley. There's a ground ball foul outside first. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Escobar broke into the big leagues with Toronto, just 5 games worth in 1997, after he quickly worked his way up through this system, and was pretty much a mainstay in the rotation, then the bullpen both starting and relieving for Toronto. Fastball's a strike to Stanley. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. Stanley facing Escobar with a 1-2 count. Escobar's best year with Toronto, he won 14 games in 99, but his ERA was over 5.5. Had a better year for them 2 years ago, his last year with Toronto in 03. Stanley swings, misses, and strikes out. And Escobar takes care of Stanley to begin the bottom of the first inning. No score, and with 1 out, here comes Jose Flores. Escobar in 2003 for Toronto provided the Blue Jays with a nice going-away present. He was 13-9 with a 4.29 ERA, mostly as a starter, but he did save 4 games. His first year with the Angels was last year, where he was 11-12, but one of his best ERAs posted as a pro, 3.93, working exclusively as a starter. Fastball's high ball 1 to Jose Flores, 1-0. He also threw 208 innings, which is the most he's thrown in a season. Flores at 400, a home run, 5 RBIs. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is a strike at the knees on the outside corner. Good pitch. 1-1 to Jose Flores. Escobar is one of just 4 active pitchers to have made at least 100 career starts and recorded at least 50 saves. Going to be part of our trivia question. Pitch is a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Will come a little bit later in the broadcast. But Escobar's had an interesting career. A lot of starting, a lot of relieving. 1-2 to count. Rehabbing the elbow problem. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Flores. Fastball veers inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last year, he firmly established himself as one of the more capable starters in the American League. After splitting a lot of time between the bullpen and the rotation while in Toronto. This will be a 2-2 pitch to Flores. Escobar now stops in the middle of everything, and Flores calls time and backs away. 2-2. Chin Feng Chen waits on deck. Escobar checks signs with Mathis. Still waiting. And now he's ready. And the 2-2 pitch. That one bounces, and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. The thing that really established Escobar last year, he really was extremely consistent. It was his most consistent season as an American League pitcher. This is a full count now to Flores, and Escobar ready to work again. Here it is. Ground ball up the third base, not fair. Pass to diving Pavkovich, and down the left field line it goes. Luke Allen chasing it. On his way to second base is Flores. He'll race in there with a double as Allen gets it in toward third. Jose Flores doubles inside third. And with 1 out, the batter, Chin Feng Chen. Chen hitting .395 with 2 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Coming up now, Chen just off to a fine start. He was hitless last night in the finale against the Sky Sox, 0 for 3 with a walk. And did not have an especially good series in Salt Lake last week, just 2 out of 10. Here's the look now. Flores off second base with 1 gone. And the pitch. Fastball. Chen swings at a high one and misses. It is 0-1. So, shouldn't be fooled by the fact that Escobar was under 500 last year. He was the ace of the Angels staff, led the team in innings pitched and strikeouts. And he ranked in the top 10 in the American League in earned run average, strikeouts, opponent batting average, and strikeouts per 9 innings. Here's the 0-1 to Chen. Chen rolls it foul behind the plate, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike now. Or rather, 0-2, I should say, to Chen. He had a total of 191 strikeouts last year and 208 in the third innings. So the career high in strikeouts for Escobar. 2 strikes on Chen. With Flores at second base, 1 gone. In the bottom of the first, there's no score. Escobar all set. A look at Flores and the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good pitch to take care of Chen. 2 outs, and the batter is Brian Myro. Those numbers that I was mentioning before that Escobar posted last year, it's what Angel manager Mike Scioscia refers to as internal numbers. Numbers that he feels tell the story behind the story. Here is Myro, left-handed hitting first baseman. Off second base is Flores. 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Escobar nods yes to Mathis. And the pitch coming. Fastball, that's a strike. And it's 0-1. So you look at all those good numbers he posted, and the obvious question is, well, why didn't he have a winning record? Well, the simple answer is poor run support. The Angels averaged only 3.9 runs of support per game that Escobar started last year. That's all they could muster. Here's the 0-1. Myro hitting .235, takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was the main culprit in keeping him off the national radar during what was otherwise a very good year for him last year with the Angels. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Myro. At second base is Flores with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Las Vegas looking for the 5th straight win. Escobar from the stretch. Here's the 1-1 to Brian Myro. Fastball is high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Myro, along with the .235 average, has 1 homer, and he's driven in 7 runs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mike Edwards on deck. The outfield is straight away for Myro, about medium depth. Luke Allen pretty far off the line, though, toward left center. As Escobar collects the sign from Mathis. Has a look at Flores and comes to Myro. Good off-speed breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Escobar was pretty much the most imposing arm in the Angel rotation last year when Bartolo Colon had lost something off his fastball. Of course, early in this season, looks like Colon has back whatever he had lost. It's looking good. Here's the 2-2 to Myro. And Escobar working carefully. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So he strikes out the side with a double by Flores sandwiched in there. Gets all 3 strikeouts, and the inning is over for Las Vegas in the first. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And at the end of 1 at Cashman Field, there is no score.
Hi, friends. If you're in the market for a General Motors vehicle, there's only one place to shop in Las Vegas. That's Bill Hurd Chevrolet. They are the world's largest Chevy retailer, and they feature an excellent body shop and parts and service as well. I have a vintage Chevy sitting in my garage right now, and I don't take it to anyone but Bill Hurd Chevrolet. They're at 444 South Decatur at Alta. Telephone 870-9444. Bill Hurd Chevrolet. Visit their website, www.billhurdvegas.com.
Join me, Fezzik. You can bet on it. 2 to 3 p.m. on Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
Termites, feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Solid lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see.
Other book. When it comes to making buying decisions, people let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with ads, money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community information. And now, Yellow Book is coming to the Henderson Boulder area. Why pay to advertise in 2 Sprint directories when you can reach your customer base with 1 book? The new Henderson Boulder City Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. That's 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book. Not the other book.
Welcome back again, friends, to Cashman Field. There's no score after 1 inning of play here. And Pat Mahomes getting set to go back to work. In the top of the second. 6, 7, and 8 for the Stingers in the top of the second against Mahomes. That's Luke Allen, Brian Gordon, and Adam Pavkovich. Allen's return to Cashman Field here. He was a fan favorite here back in 2000. He swings at a fastball, fouls it back, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Cool hand Luke with a tremendous throwing arm. While he's playing left field for Salt Lake, Allen is currently hitting .323. He has 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. And Mahomes 0-1 pitch to him. Slow breaking ball missing, and it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Mahomes got the side out on 3 groundouts in the first inning. He did walk a man, and he also hit a man. Slow curve. That one missed, maybe a little low and away. And the count is 2 balls and a strike to Luke Allen. 2 balls and 1 strike to Luke, young man from Georgia. Wide open stance on the left side. The pitch from Mahomes. Breaking ball, a little pop-up on the left side. Going out is Flores, the shortstop, and shallow left makes a one-handed catch. Allen skies out to short to begin the second. One out for Brian Gordon. So Pat Mahomes has made some admirable adjustments since he can no longer throw with the same kind of amazing velocity that he had as a youngster 15, 16 years ago. He's first a Minnesota Twin, and he spent time with the Twins and the Portland Beavers in this league. The Beavers back in 91 and 92, and the Minnesota Twins. Here's the pitch to Gordon. Fastball's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Gordon at 176. One home run, 4 runs batted in. So he'll pull a string on you, show you different arm angles. There's the breaking ball. Little pop-up foul up the third base side. Racing over is Ibar. Ibar makes the running catch in front of Mike Rose. The ball was never all that high in the air, and it was dying quickly. And Ibar came racing in on the dead run and caught it. Rose came out from behind the plate. Even Mahomes was off the mound to see if he could help out. And Ibar makes a nice play. 2 outs. And here's third baseman Adam Paskevich. Two outs, nobody on. In the top of the second, no score. We'll have some scores coming up in a little bit. Paskevich joined the Stingers just yesterday. And the pitch to the right-handed hitter. Fastball's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Paskevich was at Double-A Arkansas hitting over 400 for them. All he was doing was hitting 407 for them. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, he tried to hold up and he goes around. And it's quickly down 2 strikes. Paskevich, 6'2", 185, 23 years old from Venice, Florida. A .227 hitter at Rancho Cucamonga, Class A ball last year, hitting 10 home runs, driving in 44. 0-2 pitch, he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Ball picked up by Rose, who steps in front of the plate, throws down to Myro to complete the strikeout, and the inning is over. Strikeout goes 2-3. And that's it for the Stingers in the top of the second as Mahomes works another quiet inning as they go out in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second here at Cashman Field, and there's no score.
Hey, you know what's cool? Strutting into a downtown Las Vegas classic like you own the place. Hitting the casino for some gambling like it used to be. At the blackjack tables, on the slot machines, in the sports book, and in the poker room. Having a meal that make the chefs at some of the new frou-frou joints on the Strip question their own culinary credentials. Or hanging with your friends before catching the headliner in the showroom, and the whole time getting treated with the kind of service that snatched the AAA 4 Diamond Award for 28 consecutive years. You locals know what I'm talking about. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's been the jewel of downtown since 1946, and yeah, that's cool. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. That's downtown Las Vegas. Come in, and like the boys with the 51s know, you better come to play. Get more at goldennugget.com.
JT the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hi, friends. If you're in the market for a General Motors vehicle, there's only one place to shop in Las Vegas. That's Bill Hurd Chevrolet. They are the world's largest Chevy retailer, and they feature an excellent body shop and parts and service as well. I have a vintage Chevy sitting in my garage right now, and I don't take it to anyone but Bill Hurd Chevrolet. They're at 444 South Decatur at Alta. Telephone 870-9444. Bill Hurd Chevrolet. Visit their website, www.billhurdvegas.com.
Welcome back, friends, to Cashman Field after 1.5. There's no score in the game. Cool, breezy evening. Some clouds above. But pleasant enough. Kelvin Escobar in the second facing Mike Edwards, the Las Vegas designated hitter to begin. The windup in the pitch. Fastball. There's the strike to Edwards, 0-1. Mike Edwards hitting .313, 1 home run, and 7 runs batted in. Escobar comes right back. And the pitch bounces, goes to the backstop, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Edwards has sit safely in 6 of 8 games this year. And in the series in Salt Lake, he was just 1 out of 8. Last night's game, Edwards, playing in the Brad Pinney game, was 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Here's the 1-1 windup and the pitch to him. Fastball taken low, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Talking about Kelvin Escobar earlier and the year he had last year. He's got quite a repertoire. He typically works in the mid-90s most of the game. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Edwards now. Fastball, a high drive in a deep left center field. That ball's hammered. Luke Allen watches that one fly high off the fence. On his way to second, Edwards, here comes the throw. He slides, and he's in with a double. Allen with a great throw, which noted for strong throw and right on target. But Edwards slides in with a second hit of the game for Las Vegas. They've both been double. Edwards right on the money with that line drive. And the batter's the third baseman, Willie Ibar. Ibar, switch hitter, batting left-handed, hitting .390. And to go along with that lofty average, he has 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. The pitch, fastball taken high, ball 1 at 94 miles an hour. Ibar had hit safely in the first 9 51s games and finally was held hitless last night. 1 ball to no strikes to count. Edwards off second base, nobody out. In the bottom of the second with no score. Escobar brings it home. And the off-speed pitch is low. Ball 2-0. Aside from the fastball, Escobar has a changeup, a curveball, a cutter, and a split-finger fastball. Pretty impressive repertoire. 2-0. Look back at Edwards and the pitch. Fastball high, it's now 3-0. The hits can often pile quickly, though, when he begins to struggle. Main difference between Escobar and Colon, the other big righty in the Angel staff, Colon will generally throw his fastball more often than Escobar will, and doesn't quite have the same type of array of pitches Escobar has. 3-0, and is a pop-up, then the shallow right, Fox going out, trotting is Gordon. Fox will make the catch. So Ibar wanted to pull it to get Edwards over, but he got under it. And that pop out to second leaves Edwards at second base with 1 out, and it brings up the right fielder, Cody Ross. No score, bottom of the second. Las Vegas, all the winning they've done lately, sweeping Colorado Springs, is now, by percentage points, the first-place team in the PCL Pacific South. They're 6-4. Fresno is 7-5. Virtual tie. Sacramento all of a sudden has lost 6 in a row. When's the last time Sacramento lost 6 in a row? They're now 5-7. So is Tucson. Sidewinders are 5-7. Mathis setting up a target for Escobar, who comes, checks Edwards at second and delivers. Breaking ball grounded foul outside third, right between Jerry Royster in the bag. Strike 1, 0-1. Mariano Duncan coaching at first base. 0-1 on Cody Ross, hitting .219 with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. (0-1). Ross last night 0 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored in the finale against the Sox. Here's the 0-1, and he takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Like a number of his teammates, Ross had a little trouble at the plate during that 3-game series in Salt Lake. He was just 1 out of 10. Edwards off second base with 1 gone. And Escobar slowly to the stretch. 1-1 pitch to the right-handed hitting Cody Ross. Fastball up and in this time, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. The PCL American South, Albuquerque with an 8-4 record. They began the year 7-1. Oklahoma 7-5. They've won 5 in a row. New Orleans 6-5. Round Rock 6-6. 2 balls and a strike to Ross. Escobar checks again. Edwards not a big lead off second. This will be a 2-1 to Ross. Fastball high again. He's been wild high during this at bat. For that fastball, it's now 3-1 to Ross, who steps out again. And the other division, the PCL American North, Omaha and Nashville are both 6-6. Memphis 4-7. The Iowa Cubs 4-8. Iowa has recovered well enough to win 3 in a row after getting up to a rough start. 3 balls and a strike. Escobar ready again. And his pitch to Ross. Nope, instead he steps off. No score. We're in the bottom of the second. Ross pounds home plate with a bat. Mike Rose watching from the on-deck area as Escobar readies for the 3-1 to Ross. And now it's coming. Fastball. There's a strike in the outside corner. 3-2. He's giving Ross a lot of fastballs here. Escobar, wearing number 36, goes up top again. And Ross, outside the box, now back in, ready to face the full count pitch. Escobar stares in at Mathis. Brings his hands together in front of his chest. Look back at Edwards. Here's the pitch. And he threw a splitter in the dirt, ball 4. He wanted Ross to chase that pitch. Ross wasn't biting. First walk of the game issued by Escobar. Runners at first and second with one out. And the batter's the catcher, Mike Rose. Rose has rebounded from a rather slow start to hit safely in all 3 of the games he played in against the Sky Sox, including probably his best game of the year last night. He caught the Brad Penny start, did a nice job behind the plate, and at the plate he was 2 for 4 with a double and a home run, and he drove in 4 runs. His 4th inning home run put Las Vegas ahead to stay. Fastball's a strike, 0-1 to Mike Rose. Edwards is at second, Ross at first, 1 gone, and we're in the bottom of the second. Escobar picks up the sign from Mathis. 2-1, 1 out, and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, he swings and fouls it back out of play. 0-2. On the scoreboard, Texas blanked Oakland by a score of 3-0 in American League play. Pedro Estacio went 8 innings. As the Rangers improved to 7-8, Joe Blanton took the loss. He's 0-1. Oakland is now 7-7. Cordero got a 6th save for the Texas Rangers. Here's the stretch by Escobar, and the 0-2 pitch to Mike Rose. And that's low, 1-2. Kansas City pushed across a run in the bottom of the ninth and beat Cleveland. 6-5, McDougal over Arthur Rhodes. Castillo home run for Kansas City. Castillo's home run was the walk-off winner for the Royals, who are now 5-9. Cleveland is 6-8 in the AL Central. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Rose. Low and inside, ball 2. 2-2. No score here. We're in the bottom of the second. The Angels lost at home against Seattle 5-3. Seattle led 5-0 and held on to win. Jamie Moyer, the 42-year-old ageless wonder, can accurately be called the Ancient Mariner. 3-0 now over Kevin Gregg, who's now 1-1. Eddie Guardado with his 4th save. 2-2 to Rose. Line drive down the right field line. That is a fair ball headed for the corner, being chased by Gordon. Edwards is going to score. Gordon fires it into third base. Goes Ross. He'll stop on a double by Mike Rose. And Las Vegas takes a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second inning. Well, it took a little while for Mike Rose to find his stroke, but find it he apparently has. Las Vegas has 3 hits in the game off the rehabbing Kelvin Escobar, all doubles, and that one was really roped. Ross held up at third base with 1 out. The number 9 hitter, Joe Thurston, steps up. For Mike Rose, that's his 3rd double, his 9th RBI. Ross at third, Rose at second, 1 out, and the Stingers pull the infield in with Thurston at the plate. Batting, of course, from the left side. Escobar's pitch to him. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Thurston hitting 190. 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. So Rose has it safely in 4 straight now with that ringing double for the right field corner. 0-1 on Thurston. And the pitch. He swings at a low inside pitch and grounds it foul straight back. It is 0-2. 2 strikes on Thurston. Seattle had home runs from Raul Ibanez and Richie Sexson for Sexson number 4. Steve Finley and Vladimir Guerrero homered for the Angels for Guerrero number 5. See the home run Guerrero hit yesterday? Said it was close to 500 feet. There's the 0-2 to Thurston. Escobar gets set. And the 0-2. Fastball. He fouls it straight back to stay there with a strike 2 count. Both the Mariners and the Angels are now 7-7. Baltimore at home beat Detroit 8-4. The Orioles are 9-5 now. Detroit is 6-8. Sidney Ponson got his 2nd win, beat Nate Robertson, who's 0-2. Rafael Palmeiro hit his 1st home run. Miguel Tejada hit his 4th for the Orioles, and Brian Roberts hit his 6th. What a start he's had. Thurston takes one up and in. That nicked him. The pitch was caught by Mathis, but the plate umpire, Rob Drake, said it nicked him on the way by. So there's a break for Las Vegas because that was a 1-2 count, and Escobar trying to get Thurston off the plate, and he got him off the plate, 90 feet off the plate. He's at first base now. Bases loaded with one out, and the batter, Henry Stanley.
Number 16, Henry Stanley.
Stanley struck out to begin things. 1-0 Las Vegas in the bottom of the second. And the table is set for Stanley. Infield is double played at third baseman. Havkovich can come home if the ball is hit to him. He's in tight. Fastball to strike on the inside corner. Good pitch. 0-1. Despite striking out in the first inning, Stanley on this homestand is 6 for 10. 0-1. Ross at third, Rose at second, Thurston at first base. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball high and tight. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. At Fenway, Toronto got 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th and beat the Red Sox 4-3. Roy Halladay now 3-0 the win over Keith Folk, who's 1-2. Batista his 4th save for the Blue Jays, who are 9-6. Boston is 8-6. This will be a 1-1 to Stanley. He takes low, ball 2. 2-1. Toronto had home runs from Vernon Wells, his third, Corey Koski, his second, and Ramirez hit his 5th for the Red Sox, and David Ortiz connected for number 4. Two and 1. More scores coming up in a minute. Escobar, a long check of Mathis, working from the stretch. Stanley waits. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to the first base dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tampa Bay beat the Yankees in New York by a score of 6-2. Hideo Nomo, his first win in a Tampa Bay uniform. And we'll have more details on that. They haven't given all the details yet on that game. I know that Perez homered twice for Tampa. It's Eduardo Perez. Giambi hit his 3rd for the Yankees. 2-2 to Stanley. Escobar set. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the pitch. Fastball. He swings and he misses. Strike 3. Low fastball. Got him. So strikeout number 4 for Escobar. He needed that one. He's gotten Stanley twice. And with 2 outs, the batter's the shortstop, Jose Flores. Top of the 9th inning in Chicago. The White Sox lead the Twins 3-1. Paul Konerko, his 7th home run for the White Sox. To a great start. Out to the mound goes Mathis to visit with Escobar. And we'll have some National League scores coming up in a little bit. Flores doubled inside third, and I'm sure that's one thing Mathis might be reminding Escobar about, how to attack Flores here. 1-0 Las Vegas in the bottom of the second. In the inning, Edwards doubled left center. Ibar popped out to second. Cody Ross walked. Mike Rose doubled to the right field corner, scoring Edwards. Thurston was hit by a pitch to load the bases, and Stanley struck out. Here is Flores. Out of a windup is Escobar. The pitch. Breaking ball outside. Curveball back in by Mathis. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Como got the win for Tampa Bay. Randy Johnson took the loss. He's 1-1 now for New York. 1-0 to Flores. Escobar looks in. Glance at third base. Now he rocks the 1-0 pitch. Fastball way up high above the letters. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Tampa Bay touched up Randy Johnson for 6 runs, 5 of which were earned. And 7 1/3. He struck out 8 without walking anybody, but he suffers the loss. 2-0. Escobar back, and the 2-0 to Flores. Fastball. There's a strike on the outside part. 2-1. At 45,802 at Yankee Stadium. Two and 1. Escobar rocks, comes back 2-1. Fastball. Flores a one-handed swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 94-mile-an-hour heater that time. Flores out of the box with the bat tucked under his left arm, adjusting his batting gloves, thinking things over now. Ross stands off third. Mike Rose is the runner at second. And at first base, Joe Thurston. 2-2. And Escobar, long check of Mathis. Back to the motion. 2-2 pitch. Fastball up and away. 3-2. So everybody will take off now. Ross, Rose, and Thurston with a full count and 2 down. Escobar slowly going for a walk around the perimeter of the mound. 1 run in, 3 men on with 2 outs. Escobar throwing his share of pitches and then some here in the second inning. Flores back in, briskly wagging the bat around. Escobar checks Mathis again. Tall right-hander set to work. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 out. Flores calls time and steps away. And Escobar with his mitt motions to Mathis to go through the signs again. Time called again. Mathis and Escobar obviously having trouble getting together on the signs here. So Mathis goes out again to chat with the right-hander some more. Chin Feng Chen would be next. So the Minnesota-Chicago game, the only game in the American League yet to be completed. Don't keep an eye on that one. Takatsu's in there trying to close it out for the White Sox. The Twins batting in the 9th inning. Okay, Mathis back behind the plate. 1-0 Las Vegas in the bottom of the 2nd. There they go. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Looked like a breaking ball got Flores, so Escobar got out of that one plenty cheaply enough. He struck out Stanley and Flores with the bases loaded to work out of further damage. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. Las Vegas leads 3. And at the end of 2, Las Vegas 1, Salt Lake nothing.
As temperatures rise, so do your chances for car trouble. Help meet the demands of summer driving by taking your General Motors vehicle to an expert, Cadillac of Las Vegas. Let Cadillac of Las Vegas give your car a seasonal checkup to make sure it's ready for virtually anything summer can dish out. Cadillac of Las Vegas is your GM Goodwrench Service Center, featuring GM-certified technicians, advanced diagnostic equipment, and genuine GM parts. So stop by your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Cadillac of Las Vegas at 2711 East Sahara in Las Vegas, and keep yourself and your car cool this summer.
Because the end of the day is just the beginning of the night. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Morning Extravaganza, weekdays at 6 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Do you play golf? Would you like to play 3 different courses all in one beautiful location and still have money left over to play again the next day? Then Golf Summerlin is the place for you. Come play Highland Falls, Palm Valley, and Eagle Crest. All 3 courses will keep you coming back for more. Golf Summerlin is also a great choice for your next tournament or group outing. For more information, call 254-7010. That's 254-7010. Golf Summerlin. 3 great courses, all open to the public, all very affordable.
We're back again, friends, at Cashman Field at the end of 2. Las Vegas leads Salt Lake by a score of 1-0. Pat Mahomes warming up now. Mike Rose will face the 9-1-2 Stingers. That's second baseman Andy Fox, center fielder Chris Prieto, and the shortstop Casey Smith. All right. 7:05 start tomorrow for Game 2 of the series here at Cashman Field. Ryan Roop, who is 0-1, but easily could be 2-0. He's pitched well twice. Nothing to show for it. Will go for Las Vegas. 2.79 ERA against lefty Corey Lee, who was 1-0 with a 2.38 ERA. 2 pitchers with good numbers tomorrow night here. Here's Andy Fox, the veteran left-handed hitting second baseman. And the pitch from Mahomes in for a strike. 0-1. Andy Fox, 34 years old, out of Fair Oaks, California. Hitting .219 in 9 games. No homers and 4 RBIs. 0-1 pitch is inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fox last year was a Montreal Expo briefly. Hit up less than 100 for them with 1 home run. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off-speed foul back. 1-2. And he spent some time with Texas AAA team in this league, the Oklahoma Red Hawks. Hit .304 for them in 34 games. And in a dozen games with the Rangers, he hit .083. 1-2 to Fox. Mahomes has retired 4 straight since walking Curtis Pride in the first. There's 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and he's hit 1 man. 1-2 pitch to Fox. Big breaking ball, lifted foul and out of play. And that'll find the customers. Young lady ended up with that one. Nice. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fox back in again, wearing number 33. Mahomes checks with Rose. And the right-hander's pitch. Curveball. They want to appeal on the check swing and down at third base. Darren Hyman says no swing. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big banana curveball right there from Pat Mahomes. Mahomes, when he was in the Cubs organization, was tutored by former Dodger left-hander Jerry Royce. And Jerry Royce used to refer to Mahomes as Satchel Paige because he has such an assortment of pitches. And we'll drop down and give you different looks. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Fox. Fastball, foul back. So he threw Fox some off-speed stuff and tried to get a fastball by him, and Fox made enough contact to stay alive with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. National League in San Diego, they're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Padres 1, Giants nothing. Brian Lawrence pitching for San Diego at Petco Park. Everything else is over in the National League. The 2-2 to Fox. Breaking ball bends in low. It is 3-2. Houston beat Atlanta 5-3. Brian Backey got the win over John Thompson. Brad Lidge his fourth save. Jones his fourth homer for Atlanta. Taveras hit one for Houston. Ground ball to the right side. Myro has it. Underhands to Mahomes at the bag in time. That one goes 3-1. One gone. 5 straight set down by Mahomes. And the batter is Chris Prieto, who opened the game by grounding out to short. 1-0 Las Vegas. We're in the top of the third. The Chicago Cubs got a win in Cincinnati. They beat the Reds 7-1. Mark Pryor got the win. Got a bit of a rocky start, but he overcame that. He's now 2-0. He beat Brennan Clausen, who was 0-1. Eric Lee hit his 4th home run for the Cubs. Michael Barrett hit number 2. Corey Patterson hit his 3rd. Cubs win. Here's the pitch to Prieto. And it's high ball 1. St. Louis won at Pittsburgh 7-1. Matt Morris got the victory over Josh Fogg. Here's the 1-0. Prieto hits a slow bounce for the first base side foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jim Edmonds hit his 5th home run for St. Louis. The Pirates run came in a home run by Darrell Ward, his 2nd. Cardinals are 8-4. Pirates are 4-10. So Matt Morris had been dealing with some injury issues, and he comes back to get that win. The thing about Morris is, he's pitching for the kind of team where he doesn't have to shut people out. They're going to score runs. So if he can get 19 or 20 outs, they'll be all right. Ground ball to first. Right there's Myro. He underhands to Mahomes, and that is another 3-1 put out. They got that one down, Pat. 2 down, and the bat will be Casey Smith. And Mark Mulder got a win for the Cardinals yesterday. Now Matt Morris gets the victory. The New York Mets had some fun in Philadelphia. They beat the Phillies 16-4. Victor Zambrano got his first win, and he beat Vicente Padilla. Home run derby for the Mets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Mets hit 7 home runs today. 2 by Victor Diaz. 2 by Jose Reyes. 1 by Doug Mankiewicz. 1 by Mike Piazza. 1 by David Wright. The pitch missing a little outside to Smith, who grounded out to second, and a good play by Thurston going to his right in the first inning. 1 ball to no strikes to Casey Smith, hitting .320. Mahomes quickly back with a 1-0. Fastball just low. Very close. 90 miles an hour. It is 2-0. Very close pitch. Phillies had a home run from David Bell and from Chase Utley. So there were 9 home runs hit in that game in Philadelphia. Of course, that's a hitter's yard. 2-0 pitch. That's high. 3-0. Each team is now 7-7. In Washington, Florida beat the Nationals 6-3. Moeller got the win over Levon Hernandez. Carlos Delgado, his 2nd home run for Florida. Here's the 3-0 to Smith. And he takes it down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Ryan Schneider, the very underrated catcher of the Nationals, hit a home run for them. His first. This will be a 3-1 to Smith from Mahomes. Fastball, a high fly ball to right. That's routine for Cody Ross. He looks up into the Vegas night, backs up, and makes a one-handed grab, and that's the inning. That's the first ball hit out of the infield against Pat McCombs. Fly ball to right field, and the Stingers are finished in order in the 3rd. 2 ground balls and a flyout. And at the end of 2.5, Las Vegas won. The Stingers nothing.
Hey, 51 fans. Stop by your Las Vegas area Sure Tire and score big savings on quality Goodyear tires, like Regatta 2 passenger car tires, Eagle Performance tires, and Wrangler tires for your truck or SUV. SUV drivers ask a lot of their tires. That's why Goodyear built the Forterra, featuring silent armor technology. It's soft on the inside, tough on the outside, and features 2 distinct zones. The first is a super absorbent comfort zone for a quiet, comfortable ride. The second is an armor zone made with a layer of Kevlar, which provides strength for run and toughness. But tires aren't all Sure Tire does. They take care of your automotive needs, such as brakes, oil changes, alignments, and more, all at competitive prices.
So hurry in right now for an oil, lube, and filter service for just $12.95. For complete details and the Las Vegas area Sure Tire location nearest you, call 1-800-GOODYEAR. That's 1-800-GOODYEAR.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert.
Welcome back, friends, to Cashman Field. Last of the third, the opener of a 4-game series between the Las Vegas 51s and the Salt Lake Stingers. The Dodgers versus the Angels, AAA style. Chin Feng Chen opens the third against Kelvin Escobar, who was down 1-0 and worked his way out of a major problem in the second. Otherwise, the 51s could easily have more than one run. Fastball high to Chen, who struck out swinging in the first. In the second, Mike Edwards opened the inning with a double, rattling one off the left center field wall. Willie Ibar popped out, but then Cody Ross drew a walk. Chen takes a strike on the outside, 1-1. Mike Rose double to right field, scored Edwards and moved Ross to third. Joe Thurston was hit by a pitch that loaded the bases, and the 51s were poised to add to their 1-0 lead, but it was not to be at that point. Chen takes a breaking ball low and in, 2-1. Escobar bowed his neck, struck out Henry Stanley and Jose Flores swinging. Got 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. 1 walk, hit one man, thrown a lot of pitches. 2-1 to count to Chen. Myro next, and then Mike Edwards, the number 5 hitter. Chen takes inside. It's 3-1. In Denver, the Rockies got just the 3rd win of the year. They beat Arizona 8-1. Rockies are 3-10. Arizona is now 7-7. 3-1 to Chen. He hits a high drive to deep left field. Going, and gone. Chen clubs one out toward the scoreboard, and Las Vegas takes a 2-0 lead in the bottom half of the third inning. Home run number 3 for Chin Feng Chen. He's the first Las Vegas player to get to the 3-home run level. Cody Ross, Willie Ibar, Tony Schrager all have 2. Here's the pitch to Myro. Fastball up and away, ball 1. $50 from Bank of America to Special Olympics. That donation is part of the Dingers for Dollars home program on the home run by Chen. Myro takes ball 1. He struck out in the first, and he swings and fouls it back. That was a kind of a hanging pitch up there for Myro. 1-1 to count. Well, that was a high, soaring drive to left field. Chen crushing that ball to make it 2-0 Las Vegas. They've got 4 hits, 3 doubles in that home run right there. Here's the 1-1 to Myro. Fastball's a strike, 1-2. So Chen didn't miss a stitch. Jeff Francis got the win for the Rockies in that game. He beat Sean Estes. Michael Restovich, a home run for the Rockies. Ground ball to second. Right there is Fox to pick it up, and he tosses it over to Kochman. There is 1 out in the Las Vegas third. Myro is 0 for 2, and Mike Edwards comes up. So 2-0 Las Vegas. Mike Edwards opened the second with a double off the fence in left center, and eventually scored a Mike Rose double. And in Milwaukee in a day game, the Dodgers stayed hot. They won their 7th consecutive game. And they did it once again in dramatic style. The Dodgers have come from behind to win many of their games so far. They're now 11-2. Fastball at strike to Edwards, 0-1. And this time, they were down 6-0 to the Brewers going into the 6th inning. You got 1 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th to tie. Then Milton Bradley's 2-run home run in the 10th won it for them 8-6 over Milwaukee. Edwards hits a fly ball to left field, and Luke Allen is right there waiting for it to put it away. Pitch was in on Edwards a little bit. Hit it in toward the label, it sounded like. 2 outs. Edwards 1 for 2. And the batter's the third baseman, Willie Ibar, who popped out to second his first time up. The winning pitcher for the Dodgers was Giovanni Carrera, who's now 2-0. Phelps, the loser, he's 0-1. Yancy Brazoban got his 3rd save. Bradley's home run was his 5th. Jason Grabowski had hit his first earlier in the game. The pitch to Ibar. swings and misses 0-1. Chris Magruder homered for Milwaukee, his first of the year. 1 strike on Ibar. 2-0 Las Vegas in the bottom of the third. Nobody on base with 2 gone. Escobar deals 0-1. Crumbled up the first base side foul. Looked like the cutter right there that he threw, and the count is 0-2. 0-2 on Willie Ibar. Escobar with his feet together on the rubber, looking now in at Mathis. 0-2. And here he comes with a strike 2 pitch. Fastball, a soft liner in the left center for a base hit. Over to pick it up is the left fielder Luke Allen to play it back in. So Escobar makes the mistake with an 0-2 pitch. Gets too much of the plate with it, and Ibar just serves it out there. Nice polite single with 2 outs to bring up Cody Ross, who walked his first time up. Hit number 5 for Las Vegas, and yet that's their first single. Ross walked his first time, and he's in the box now with Ibar at first and 2 down. Here's the look. And Escobar's pitch. Ross takes a fastball, high ball 1. Milton Bradley has hit safely in 7 straight, hitting .444 during that span. And it was the biggest comeback for L.A. since they overcame a 6-run deficit in Montreal in August of 1999. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch is a little high, 2-0 to Ross. Milwaukee, by the way, has lost 5 straight. They scored 6 runs in the 4th inning after Dodger starter Elmer Descends left because of muscle spasms in the back of his right shoulder. Escobar's 2-0. Ross takes a strike in the inside corner. Fastball. 2-1. Dodger manager Jim Tracy said that Descends was day-to-day, and it was too early to tell if he would be able to make his next start. And, of course, we also await word on what the plans will be for Brad Penny next. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ibar off first with 2 down. And the pitch. That's in the dirt, blocked there by Mathis. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Dodger comeback began when pinch hitter Jason Grabowski homered in the 6th. And Dodgers rallied against Jorge De La Rosa to make it close. And they tied the game in the 9th inning against Mike Adams when Ricky Leday singled with 1 out of the 9th inning and advanced on Damian Miller's pass ball. And then Cesar Estura's single scored Leday and tied it. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Ross. High fly ball to left field. He got a pitch to hit, but he got under it. Allen comes in, and now he moves to his left to reach up and make the catch. Ross just missed that one. The inning is over. Leadoff home run by Chen adds to the 51's lead. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And at the end of 3 complete, Las Vegas 2, Salt Lake nothing.
Planning on vacationing with a family on a road trip? Let the outstanding GM Good Wrench Service Department at Desert GMC Buick help you to get out of town, not into trouble. Desert GMC Buick has been rated #1 in customer service satisfaction in Nevada with the latest diagnostic equipment, GM certified technicians, and genuine GM parts. So be sure your car is ready for that out-of-town trip. Come visit your GM Good Wrench Service Center, Desert GMC Buick at 6400 West Sahara in Las Vegas. Great service is something to be thankful for, and you'll find it at Desert GMC Buick.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Because it's the guy code. Imagine how mad you would be.
Indiana, Las Vegas.
Okay, let me get this straight. Your car flies off a cliff and into the ocean?
Off a cliff into the ocean.
And you pushed it over?
I didn't push. I leaned. It was an accident.
You leaned?
I leaned up against the bumper.
Why? Why would you do that?
Kate wanted my picture.
Some picture?
Well, it would have been if the car hadn't rolled.
And you fell down?
Yeah.
But the car rolled?
I forgot to set the parking brake.
So it rolls off the cliff and into the ocean?
That's right. Off the cliff into the ocean.
Because no one is more focused on getting your car back to normal than your farmer's agent. Describing how you got into an accident can be a lot harder than describing how you got out of one.
So I already got my car back from the repair shop.
Oh, who's your insurance company?
Farmers Auto Insurance. Get you back where you belong.
All right, who had to see that?
That would be him.
That figures.
Life is full of surprises, but Farmers Insurance can help get things back to the way they were. See your local Farmers Insurance agent today. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Welcome back, friends, to Las Vegas Cashman Field at the end of 3. 51's leading Salt Lake 2-0. Calvin Escobar, rehabbing because of elbow trouble, through 3 innings has given up the 2 runs on 5 hits. Las Vegas has made some solid contact against the Angels righty. Doubles by Jose Flores in the first, Mike Edwards and Mike Rose in the second. The doubles by Mike and Mike in the second produced 1 run, and the 51's got their other run on a home run by Chin Fan Chen leading off the third. Also a single by Ibar in the third. That's it. Meanwhile, Pat Mahomes, who went 6 scoreless innings in Salt Lake last week and allowed no runs on 3 hits, picking up right where he left off. So far, 3 innings, no hits. He's walked 1, hit a batter, struck out 1. Here's Casey Kochman, the pitch. Curveball inside bowling. 1 ball and no strikes. Kochman was the one hit by the pitch near the leg in the first inning. The pitch nicked him and went to the backstop. 1-0 pitch. Shattered bat looper foul toward the right field bullpen, and the barrel ends up over by Joe Thurston, the second baseman. He'll hand it to the bat boy. Kochman will get a new weapon now. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Mahomes pitched the second of 3 games at Franklin Covey Field last week. That was on Wednesday night. And so far to this point, this game, he looks much the same as he did in that game. Las Vegas won that game 9-4, despite being out hit by the Stingers. And Mahomes went 6, allowed no runs, 3 hits, a walk, and struck out 5. He faced Kochman twice and struck him out both times. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Kochman, big left-handed batter waiting, and the pitch. Low and inside ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kochman, very highly regarded by the Angels, but he's hitting just 143. Fastball is high. They count as 3 balls and 1 strike, 91 miles an hour there. Kochman followed by the cleanup man, Curtis Pride, and then Jeff Mathis. 3-1. That's a strike at the knees. Kochman started to toss his bat away, and the pitch was in there. 3-2. Mahomes originally chosen by the Twins in the 8th round of the '88 draft. Went to the Red Sox from there. 3-2 pitch is a little high, ball 4. So Mahomes puts Kochman aboard. That's the second man he's walked in this game. And Kochman's been aboard twice, hit his first time up. And here's Pride, who walked his first time around. Spent time with the Mets, Texas Rangers, the Cubs, the Pirates. And he was in Japan with Yokohama. Mahomes check signs. Pride waits. Kochman at first being held on by Myro. Here's the pitch. Pride hits a very high fly ball to shallow center field. Coming in is Stanley. Stanley in shallow center reaches up and makes the 2-handed catch. So Pride got way into that one at a mile high. 1 down for Jeff Mathis with a comebacker in the first inning.
Number 10, Jeff Mathis.
Looking over Mahomes' ledger as a pro, it's like looking at War and Peace. I mean, he's been all over the place. Elizabethtown, Kenosha, Visalia, Orlando, Portland, Minnesota, Salt Lake, Boston, Pawtucket, Yokohama, Norfolk, the Mets. There's a strike to Mathis, 0-1. Texas, Iowa, the Cubs, Nashville, Pirates, Edmonton, Albuquerque, Nashville, and now Las Vegas. Mathis waits. At first base is Kochman with 1 out. Mahomes getting all set, and here comes the pitch to Jeff Mathis. Curveball, line foul to the right, veering back out of play. 0-2 is the count to Jeff Mathis. Mathis out of Marianna, Florida. 2 strikes to count. So Mahomes trying to put Mathis away. Kochman off first base is short lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Sidearm fastball in the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Mathis is out of there. Well, that's why they call him Satch. I mean, he just dropped down from the side all of a sudden against the right-handed hitter and buzzed that fastball in there. That's his first strikeout. It's his second strikeout, I beg your pardon. Strikeout number 2. He got Paskovich earlier. And here's Allen, who popped out to short in the second inning. Vegas leading 2-0 here as we play in the top of the 4th. General Motors trivia question coming up in a little bit. We talked to Pat Mahomes after that game when he pitched beautifully in Salt Lake last week. And he said clearly his career highlight was pitching for the Pennant Wing Mets in 2000. He was 5-3 for them, mostly as a reliever. There's a soft liner pass Thurston into center field for a base hit. Thurston went to his right, couldn't get it. Over to third goes Kochman as Stanley gets it back in. And the Stingers have their first base hit of the night against Pat Mahomes. Luke Allen, a soft single. Runners at the corners now. And Kochman, the first man to get as far as third base for Salt Lake tonight. With 2 outs, here's Brian Gordon, who fouled out to third baseman Ibar and a nice running catch down the third base line. Mahomes looks in. And Gordon straight up stands from the left side. Mahomes kicks, delivers. And the fastball stays high, ball 1. Rose calls time, goes out to visit with Pat Mahomes. 1 ball and no strikes. And the visit is a quick one. Plate umpire Ron Drake dusts the plate off. 1-0. Gordon back in, we're number 18. Off third base is Kochman. Allen is at first. The 1-0 pitch. Big curveball in for a strike. Good pitch. All of 68 miles an hour. And big bender. 1-1. Satchel Paige. So many great quotes from him. Don't look back. Something might be gaining on you. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? 1-1 pitch to Gordon. Mahomes deals. Fastball swung on and foul. Back out of play. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brian Gordon, who backs out. The Salt Lake Brain Trust manager Dino Evil, who spent the last 3 years managing the Dodgers Double-A team in Jacksonville. Dino makes his home here in Las Vegas. Pitching coach, former big league right-hander Bryn Smith, and hitting coach Jim Eppard. 1-2 to Gordon. Mahomes with a sign from Rose. First and third, 2 outs. 1-2 is coming. Curveball. That's a one-hopper in the right for a base hit. Kochman scores. Allen to second base will stop as Ross fires it back in. And the Stingers are on the board. It's 2-1 in favor of Las Vegas in the top of the 4th inning. Try to trick Gordon with the curveball. And Gordon, a nice piece of hitting. Dropped the bat head and served it into right field. So they cash in the leadoff walk. First and second, 2 down. And the batter's the third baseman, Adam Pavkovich. Hit number 2 for the Stingers. They have back-to-back hits in the 4th inning. Pavkovich in from the right side. With Allen at second base, the tying run, Gordon at first. And Mahomes pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. It's a harder breaking ball that time. 0-1 to Pavkovich. Brian Gordon, he came in hitting just 176. That's his 5th RBI. 0-1. Again, Mahomes set. The 0-1. Here it is. Fastball grounded to third base. Right there is Ibar. He has it. Goes to second base for the force out on the sliding Brian Gordon. That is a 5-4 force out. The inning is over. But the Stingers collect a run on a walk and a couple of singles. 2 hits, no errors. And 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The score. It is now Las Vegas 2, Salt Lake 1.
Time taste like the signature taste of the king of beers. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. Budweiser beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 9 a.m. Only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Getting a mortgage shouldn't take forever, and it shouldn't be a big headache. Introducing hassle-free mortgages with 80% less paperwork only from Bank of America. For your next mortgage, Bank of America has what you want. Competitive rates, lots of choices to reduce or eliminate fees and closing costs, convenient ways to apply, in person, by phone, or online, plus 80% less paperwork, so you don't waste your time tracking down hundreds of old financial documents. Discover hassle-free Bank of America mortgages for yourself. Call 1-800-900-9000. Visit your local Bank of America banking center or go online to bankofamerica.com/loans. Not all applicants will qualify for reduced paperwork benefit. All credit is subject to approval. Normal credit standards apply. Terms and conditions are subject to change without notice. Bank of America. Higher standards. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Welcome back again, friends, to Cashman Field, bottom of the fourth inning. And the Las Vegas 51 lead Salt Lake 2-1. 51's going for the fifth consecutive win. And Kellen Escobar on a rehab assignment. Trailing 2-1 will face Mike Rose, Joe Thurston, and leadoff man Henry Stanley. They're in the bottom of the fourth inning. And the right-hander gets up in the Salt Lake bullpen. Bullpen action for the first time tonight. Here's the pitch to Mike Rose. He swings at the ground ball to third base slowly. Charged by Pavkovich. He picks it up and throws as he falls to his knees and ends up face down in the grass as the out is recorded at first base. Not exactly a thing of beauty, but he got the out. One down. Joe Thurston comes up, or as the great Vin Scully might say, quoting Shakespeare, a modest thing, but thine own. Got him. One out, and here's Thurston, who was hit by a pitch in the second. Henry Stanley moves to the on-deck area. Escobar to the motion, and the pitch to Joe Thurston. He swings and doesn't get it. It's 0-1. One strike to count to Thurston. Escobar comes right back, and the pitch. Fastball in the dirt, and it's now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one the count to Joe Thurston. In the Salt Lake bullpen, the right-hander is number 32, Scott Schneider. 1-1 pitch. Thurston hits a one-hopper to first, knocked down by Kochman, who picks it up, races to the bag, and beats Thurston there. Nice recovery by Casey Kochman. 2 down. Thurston hustling up the line, but he's retired. Well hit ball. 2 down, and the batter Henry Stanley. Okay, time now for the General Motors trivia question. There have been only 4 active pitchers who have made at least 100 career starts and have at least 50 saves. 4 of them. One of them is Yankee reliever Tom Gordon. One of them is Kelvin Escobar. And one of them is, of course, Atlanta's John Smoltz. Here's the pitch to Stanley. He swings and misses. 0-1. Who is the other member of that quartet? The other pitcher, the active pitcher, who has made at least 100 career starts and also has at least 50 saves in his career. The 0-1 pitch to Stanley. He fouls it back 0-2. Again, the 3 I'm going to give you. Kelvin Escobar, who's pitching right now. John Smoltz. And Tom Gordon. There's one other active pitcher to have done that. 50 saves, 100 career starts. 0-2 on Henry Stanley. I'll have the answer coming up in a little bit. 2 strikes to count. Escobar with a sign from Mathis. Rocks, kicks, delivers. And the breaking ball a little low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Las Vegas 2, Salt Lake 1. Bottom of the 4th inning. Escobar trying for his first 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2. Stanley swings, misses, and strikes out. Looked like a splitter. And Stanley, upset with himself, hurls the bat away. And Escobar gets his 6th strikeout. And Stanley has struck out in all 3 times up there. A couple of ground balls and a strikeout. And that's it for Las Vegas in the 4th inning. They go very quietly. We go to the 5th inning. Las Vegas 2, Salt Lake 1.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert.
Hey, it's Steve from the Wise Guys. Listen to us weekdays from noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, Carl, come on in.
Whoa, what's that?
That's Bigfoot. I shaved him down and taught him to speak.
No, not that.
Oh, that's the Cox high-speed internet I got for only $19.95.
It's the deal you can't ignore. Cox high-speed internet for only $19.95 a month for your first month. You'll move up to 139 times faster than dial-up and up to 8 times faster than DSL. Here's something else you can't ignore. Free pop-up blocker, free spam blocker, free virus protection, and free anti-spyware. There's never been a better time to move up from dial-up. Get the deal you can't ignore. Cox high-speed internet for a special introductory price of only $19.95. Call 967-3584. That's 967-3584. Or visit Cox.com/Las Vegas. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Call for details.
Welcome back, friends. Yes, we're here at Cashman Field, top of the fifth inning. Las Vegas leading Salt Lake 2-1. If you've been following any of the games on this homestand, you may be stunned. What, 2-1 in the fifth? What happened at 18-12? That's a much more tame ball game tonight, thrown by the two starters, Kellen Escobar and Pat Mahomes. And the pitch to Andy Fox. That's a strike. 1-1 to Fox. Fox, batting ninth, left-handed hitting veteran second baseman. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to first. It went 3-1 in the third. Chris Prieto next, and Casey Smith against Mahomes. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, and Fox swings over the top of that pitch and misses. 0-2 is the count for Andy Fox. Well, the answer to the General Motors trivia question in just a bit here. Fox waiting on the 0-2. Mahomes reads the signs of Mike Rose. And here he comes with the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, grounded foul to the first base dugout. 0-2 still to Andy Fox. Mahomes can really keep you guessing. Can keep you off balance. That's what he did to Salt Lake. That entire first start that he had last week. Same type of thing here. The thing that cost him the fourth inning primarily was the leadoff walk to Kochman. The 0-2 to Fox. Fastball up and away. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The outfield deep, and they play Fox to pull. Gentle breeze blowing in that direction. 1-2 pitch to Fox, and an off-speed pitch taken low at 80 miles an hour. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talked to Mahomes briefly before the game. He said he felt confident. Felt good going in. Here's the wind in the 2-2 now. Breaking ball missing. Close pitch. Ball 3. 3-2. Fox is out of the box again. Two runs, 5 hits, no errors for Las Vegas. Salt Lake a run on 2 hits and no errors. Fox steps out of the box on Mahomes with a full count. Now he's back in. Mahomes payoff pitch to Andy Fox. Breaking ball missing, maybe low. Ball 4. So there's the third walk issued by Mahomes. And he walked Kochman leading off the fourth. He walks Fox here. The batter will be Chris Prieto. One of the points that Mahomes made when I spoke to him after that start in Salt Lake last week, in Salt Lake, as Prieto, who's grounded a short, grounded a first, comes up, I asked him about how he felt about his possible role as far as the pitching staff is concerned as a leader, because there's some young arms here. And Mahomes has been all over the map, 34-year-old, and broke into the pros as a teenager. And he's taken particular interest in Edwin Jackson. He says, as Prieto steps in, first of all, here's the pitch to him. And there's a bunt up the third base line. Good bunt. Mahomes off the line to pick it up. He fires to first base and gets him. Good play by Mahomes. Down to second goes Andy Fox. And there is one out. The batter is going to be Casey Smith. Prieto bunting for a hit, but they might well give him a sacrifice on that. Batter Smith, who's grounded out to second, and a good play by Thurston. And also lofted a fly ball to right. So Fox, the tying run is now at second base. And Mahomes pitch. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Mahomes says that Edwin Jackson reminds him a lot of him when he was that age. Hard-throwing guy who hadn't been pitching all that long and needed to learn more about pitching. The pitch is a little high to Smith. Close. Ball 2. 2-0. Casey Smith with 2-0 count. Andy Fox at second base, 1 gone. And we're top of the fifth inning, 2-1 Vegas. Mahomes checks Fox, comes home. Fastball, there's the strike on the outside half. It's 2-1. And every staff, especially staffs that have young arms, needs a guy like this who's been around and can offer a few pointers. Breaking ball a little outside, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Mahomes takes a deep breath, for number 23. Bends slightly at the waist, looks in at Rose. Fox away from second base, 1 out at the top of the 5th. Mahomes falling behind some of the hitters here. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball is a strike, and it's 3-2. Mahomes, he hasn't lost anything defensively. And racing off the mound to pick that bunt up by Prieto. Made a great play. 3-2 on Smith, meanwhile, with Casey Kotzman looming on deck. This will be a payoff to Casey Smith. The pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 looking. Smith growls at Rob Drake and slowly walks away. Good pitch by Mahomes. That's his 3rd strikeout. 2 outs. And the batter, Casey Kotzman, who's been hit by a pitch. Then he led off the 4th with a walk and eventually scored on the 2-out single right by Brian Gordon. So Kotzman has been aboard twice. Curve. There's their first strike on the inside half. It's 0-1. Well, Kelvin Escobar thrown 74 pitches, so he might be through. They said he throw between 80 and 90. Here's the 0-1 to Kotzman. Fastball, a strike at the knees. And Mahomes jumps ahead of Kotzman 0-2. Kotzman relaxing for a moment. Getting himself settled back in the batter's box. The outfield pretty deep for him and basically straight away. Fox away from second with 2 outs. Mahomes looks in his direction. Now works on Kotzman 0-2. Breaking ball, a ground ball to second. To his right is Thurston. He charges. He's got it. Throws to first. That's the inning. So Mahomes does not let the leadoff walk bother him here as he retires the Stingers in order after that. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We'll have the trivia answer in the bottom of this inning. At the end of 4 1/2, Las Vegas 2, Salt Lake 1.
This is an actual phone call recorded at 5:30 in the morning.
Hello? Hey, is Lisa in? Who's this? Hey, Lisa, how's it going? Who's calling? I'm just calling to wake you up, get you out of bed. Why are you doing this? If you want to eat breakfast before you go to work, you got to get up like right now. Yeah, come on. Bacon, eggs, hash browns. You want to get that stuff? You gotta go to a diner. What time is it? Oh, it's about 5:30. I'm a little late. I'm sorry. I should have called you earlier. I'm going back to sleep now. No, go. No, I have to go to sleep. What are you wearing? I'm wearing a nightie. And what else? Socks. What kind of socks? They're like green. Oh, green socks? Yeah. Okay. Good night.
Want a fried egg, bacon, and hash browns, but don't want to get up early? Try the new breakfast burger at Carl's Jr. It's an all-American breakfast on a burger, only at Carl's Jr. Served during breakfast hours.
JT the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hello, Best Western.
Hi, I'd like to book a room.
Sure, for how long?
5 months, so 161 days.
161 days?
Yep. I don't want to miss out on any bobbleheads.
Wow, I guess so.
Stay at any Best Western in California, Nevada, and Hawaii between April 7th and September 15th and ask for the baseball rate. You'll get up to 25% off your stay and get a free limited edition bobblehead, a different Major League star in their minor league uniform with each stay. Log on to TravelBestWestern.com for additional terms or call 1-800-WESTERN. Guests must register in advance and quantities are limited.
Hello again, my friends. We're going to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Las Vegas leads Salt Lake 2-1. Pat Mahomes pitching well through 5 innings in this game. And he has slightly outdueled the big leaguer, Kelvin Escobar, rehabbing because of elbow trouble. Escobar's out of the game after 4 innings. I'll give you his numbers in a moment. The new pitcher is Scott Schneider, right hitter, who will look at the 2, 3, and 4 51s. Jose Flores, Chin Feng Chen, and then Brian Myro. Vegas up by 1. The pitch to Flores. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Good pitch. Schneider is 6'4", 210. He'll be 27 on the 4th of May. Makes his home in Mesa, Arizona. The 0-1 to Flores, who's 1 for 2. And there's another fast strike on the outside at 90 miles an hour, 0-2. Flores has doubled inside third and struck out swinging to finish the second with the bases loaded. Escobar goes 4 innings. And he's charged with 2 runs, and they're earned on 5 hits. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away, backhanded by Mathis. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Escobar issued 1 walk in his 4 innings, also hit a batter. finished with 6 strikeouts. 1-2 pitch to Jose Flores. Breaking ball. That's spanked in the left field for a base hit. Allen tore the line to pick it up, and he'll bring it back in. Flores, an aggressive turnaround. First comes back to the bag. Jose Flores is 2 for 3. That'll bring up Chien-Feng Chen. Chen has struck out and hit a long home run that landed not too far from the scoreboard. Leading off the third against Escobar. Tape measure clout. High, majestic drive for his third of the year. Rotating the ball behind his back is Schneider as he checks Mathis for a side. Flores just a couple of steps off first with Kotzman right there next to him. The pitch. Chen takes a strike on the outside corner. Fastball, 0-1. Okay, I promised you the answer to the trivia question, and here it is. The General Motors trivia question from about an inning and a half ago had to do with pitching. Here's the 0-1 to Chen from Schneider. That's in the dirt. Nice save by Mathis. Going to second is Flores, and he'll make it with a slide as Mathis could not get the handle on it after he initially blocked it. That is a wild pitch charge to Scott Schneider. The count to Chen is 1-1. Only 4 active pitchers have made at least 100 career starts and still recorded at least 50 saves. John Smoltz of the Braves, Tom Gordon of the Yankees, Kelvin Escobar of the Angels. The other pitcher, who's the other pitcher? That was the question. It's a Dodger. It's not Wilson Alvarez. 1-1 pitch. Chen hits a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman Fox has it. Looks at third, throws to first. And the play is made there in time, 4-3. So Chen does his job of moving Flores over. Flores at third base, 1 out. And the wild pitch looms large because that would have been double play probably, other than not been for the wild pitch. Here's Myro 0 for 2. The other pitcher is Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe, who was, of course, with the Red Sox and signed as a free agent with the Dodgers and recently had a complete game shutout. The infield is in for Salt Lake, and the off-speed pitch is low. Ball 1. 1-0. Ryan Myro has struck out and grounded out to second. He at-bats, of course, against Escobar. Schneider is 1-1 in 4 outings, but he has allowed 8 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings on 6 hits. There's a strike. Throw back to third base by Mathis, and just getting back was Flores. Mathis made a strong throw down to Pavkovich, and Flores just got back. 1-1 to count to Myro. Close call for Flores. The problem for Schneider has been control. He's walked 7 men in 3 1/3 innings. Pitches a changeup outside. 2-1. 7 walks, 4 strikeouts. 2 balls and 1 strike. Out of a stretch, it's Scott Schneider. Flores off third, 1 out. And a pitch low and inside, blocked by Mathis. Ball 3, 3-1. Schneider, wearing number 32, goes up top again. Three balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Myro takes low and away, ball 4. So Schneider issues the pass. Myro's on base for the first time in the game. Runners at the corners for Las Vegas here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead Salt Lake 2-1. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Mike Edwards. Edwards is 1 for 2. He opened the second with a double off the fence in left center. And he eventually scored on Mike Rose double. Then he flied out to left in the third. Dave Matranga, an infielder who played against the 51s in Salt Lake, is out with an ankle injury. Wonders in why Pavkovich is here. Here's the pitch to Mike Edwards. Now throw to first base, and Myro is back in. Edwards hitting .324. Schneider is all set. And the pitch. Fastball steams in there for a strike at 89 miles an hour. 0-1 the count. One strike on Edwards. Schneider originally from Commerce, Georgia. Went to Norfolk State University. And a fastball. Edwards swings and misses. That pitch was veering up and in. Tough pitch right there. 0-2 to count. The Angels grabbed him in the 12th round of the 2000 free agent draft. At Arkansas last year, he worked almost exclusively out of the bullpen, was 3-5 with a 5.29 ERA in 54 appearances. 0-2. Flores at third, Myro at first. The 0-2. Breaking ball outside, and Mathis gliding to his right to make the backhand stop. 1-2 to count. Edwards waiting patiently. Kosman holding on Myro at first. The rest of the Stingers infield a double play depth. This will be a 1-2 pitch to Edwards. Out of a stretch is Schneider, throw to first. And Myro back and standing up. Las Vegas 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Salt Lake a run on a pair of hits and no errors. Schneider stares in at Mathis again. Now he nods yes. Straightens up. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. With the Ibar on deck. Game 2 tomorrow also at 7:05. In 6:50 for the pregame show. And then 7:05 game also on Thursday, Dollar Beer Night. And then Friday night, the homestand wraps up. The pitch veers inside Edwards, 2-2. Las Vegas will take to the road on Saturday, the All-California trip. 4 in Sacramento, 4 in Fresno with a day off in between. 2-2 to count. Schneider all set to pitch. As a ground ball to short should be 2. Smith juggles, steps on second for 1, throws to first and throws it away. The ball goes in and out of the first base dugout. On the play, Flores scores. And because the ball went out of play, Mike Edwards, who is standing right next to Mariano Duncan near first base, peeling his gloves off right there, will be awarded second base. Las Vegas now has a 3-1 lead. It looked like an easy double play ball. Smith juggled it, then appeared to have control of it as he stepped on the bag to force out Myro. A better throw, and that's the end of the inning. So Flores scores the run. Edwards picks up the RBI. Myro forced out. 2 outs, and here's Ibar, who's popped out and singled. 1 for 2. And the pitch is up and away, ball 1. So a force play, coupled with a throwing error by Casey Smith. And a pitch outside, ball 2. And the error gets Edwards to second base. Two 2-0 on Ibar. Ibar has a chance to knock in Edwards now. Schneider checks Mathis. Looks at Edwards. And the 2-0 pitch. He swings hard and fouls it back. He had a good rip at that 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Flores singled to left to open the inning. Took second on a wild pitch. And then Chen's ground ball to second moved Flores to third. The wild pitch significant because had it not been for that wild pitch, the Chen ground ball might have been a double play. Myro walked. Edwards hit a ball that should have been a double play, but was only a force play plus a throwing error. And the pitch a little low to Ibar. Close. 3-1. And Flores scored. Well, Las Vegas now leading 3-1 in the bottom of the fifth. 3 balls and a strike on Ibar with Cody Ross on deck. Schneider standing up straight, reading the signs of Mathis. Edwards wanders off second. The pitch. Off-speed pitch, floats in high, ball 4. So we talked before about Schneider's control trouble. 7 walks and 3 1/3 coming in, and he's walked 2 more here. First, he should have been out of the inning, and the ball hit by Edwards. Now with 2 on and 2 out, the batter is Cody Ross, who was walked and hit a very high fly ball to left field, caught by Luke Allen in the third. He's 0 for 1. Ross in the box. Edwards at second. Ibar, the runner, at first base. And Schneider's all set. The pitch. That's a strike at the knees. 0-1 to Ross. On Cody Ross. Little right-handed batter back in wearing number 7. Average stands at 212. Edwards away from second. Ibar off first. And Schneider's pitch. Breaking ball, a drive to left center field. On the run is Allen. Allen will not get there. The ball is in the gap, going to the wall. Coming in to score is Edwards. Ivar being waved in. Here he comes, and here comes the throw in. It's cut off, and scoring is Ivar. It's a 2-run double by Ross, and Las Vegas now leads by a score of 5-1.
The center, number 41, Mike Rose.
The Stingers paying the price for 2 walks, a wild pitch, and a throwing error. And Ross, a big 2-run double, 7 hits for Las Vegas. They lead 5-1. Here's Mike Rose, who was doubled in a run and grounded out to third. The pitch. It's a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Well, Ross, that's his first double of the year. RBIs 7 and 8 for him. 0-1 on Rose. Hitting .333. Ross off second, the pitch. He swings and misses the good off-speed pitch, sinking down below the knees. One-handed cut, and the count is 0-2. Escobar still to pitch for a record. He left trailing 2-1. But Schneider charged with 3 runs here in the 5th. Here's the 0-2 to Mike Rose. And low and outside ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pat Mahomes, the other part of the story. 5 innings, 1 run, only 2 hits. This will be a 1-2 to Rose. Schneider brings it home. Low and inside with a fastball. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rose checks back in wearing number 41. Schneider checking with Mathis. Ross away from second base with 2 outs. Now off the rubber is Scott Schneider. Two and 2. The look now. And Schneider's pitch. And Rose takes low. 3-2. The Stingers are coming off a split in Tucson. Last night, Tucson earned the split by beating the Stingers 9-7. Game was tied at 7-7 in the 7th inning when Doug DeVore tried to bunt to get on base. And Stingers pitcher Eric Shear threw the ball away, allowing DeVore to take second, and Corey Myers singled, moving DeVore to third. Rose strikes out, and that's it. And the deciding run last night scored on a fielder's choice by Juan Brito. So Rose is out on strikes, and the inning is over. But Las Vegas scores 3 times against Scott Schneider here in the 5th inning on 2 hits, 1 big error, and 1 man left at the end of 5 complete innings of play. The score, it is Las Vegas 5 and the Salt Lake Stingers 1.
Getting together with a few good friends and the signature taste of Budweiser. For drinkability and refreshment you won't find anywhere else. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Join me, Fezzik. You can bet on it. 2 to 3 p.m. on Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
Hey, you know what's cool? Strutting into a downtown Las Vegas classic like you own the place. Hitting the casino for some gambling like it used to be. At the blackjack tables, on the slot machines, in the sports book, and in the poker room. Having a meal that makes the chefs at some of the new frou-frou joints on the Strip question their own culinary credentials. Or hanging with your friends before catching the headliner in the showroom, and the whole time getting treated with the kind of service that snatched the AAA 4 Diamond Award for 28 consecutive years. You locals know what I'm talking about. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's been the jewel of downtown since 1946, and yeah, that's cool. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. That's downtown Las Vegas. Come in, and like the boys with the 51s know, you better come to play. Get more at goldennugget.com.
Playing Twist and Shout by the Beatles at the end of 5. Las Vegas twisting their way to a 5-1 lead over Salt Lake. They've out-hit the Stingers 7-2. Pat Mahomes Old Satch doing a nice job through 5 innings, limiting the Stingers, a good hitting team, to just the 2 hits to this point. And so now that he has a 5-1 cushion, Mahomes back to work in the 6th inning. We'll look at the middle of the Stingers order. Curtis Pride, Jeff Mathis, and then Luke Allen. Friends Best Western makes it easy to catch all of 51's action this season. Stay at any Best Western in California, Hawaii, or Nevada, and you'll earn a free limited edition bobblehead and save up to 25% on your room. There's a high fly ball to right center field. Ross and Stanley, and it's going to be Cody Ross to put the ball away. Pride has now walked and flied out twice, once to center and now to right. 1 out for Jeff Mathis. From now until May 15th, when you sign up for the Best Western baseball rate and stay at a participating Best Western hotel, you'll receive an Eric Gagne bobblehead in his Las Vegas 51's uniform. Other upcoming dolls include Frankie Rodriguez, Adrian Beltre, Barry Zito, Keith Folk. Here's Mathis. He squares the bunt, takes the fastball for a strike, 0-1. For more information, go to TravelBestWestern.com for details. TravelBestWestern.com. Mathis is at a comebacker and struck out looking. Mahomes 0-1. Fastball high. 1-1. Speaking of Eric Gagne, who's on the disabled list, he played catch today for the first time from 60 feet on flat ground before the Dodger game. Here's the 1-1 to Mathis. There's a ground ball to short to his right as Flores. He's got this one. Zeroes in on Myro and throws out Mathis. 2 down. And Luke Allen will come up. Gagne reported no pain in his right elbow or his sprained knee. He is to play catch again Wednesday if he doesn't experience any kind of flare-up, according to Dodger manager Jim Tracy. And a decision is expected soon on Brad Penny, who pitched here last night. The Dodgers say he could rejoin the team this weekend, or he might make one more rehab start. There's a ground ball to second. Right there's Thurston. He's got it. Throws on to first base, and Luke Allen is 1 for 3, and it's a very quick, economical inning for Pat Mahomes, who has gone 6 and given up 1 run on 2 hits. He has now retired 6 in a row. And we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning at Cashman Field. The score, Las Vegas 5, Salt Lake 1.
When the game's on the line and the home crowd's getting restless, there's only one thing you want to see at the plate. Carl Buddig Thin Sliced Meats. With 9 great flavors like honey ham, oven roasted turkey, and corned beef, Buddig has the variety to handle anything your team throws at it. Convenience like that is always a game winner. And you know, you can count on Buddig to deliver plenty of power in the taste department. So pencil Carl Buddig into your lineup for a home run every time.
The Morning Extravaganza, weekdays at 6 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
One company, Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document imaging solutions from Kia Ceramita. One company with experienced local professionals who offer a powerful lineup of fully networkable Kia Ceramita office technology. Copying, network printing, document finishing, scan to fax or email. Kia Ceramita document solutions that streamline workflow and help your people work more productively and efficiently. Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company that builds strong, long-lasting customer service relationships based on honesty, integrity, and respect. Total Document Solutions from Kia Ceramita and Advanced Imaging Solutions. A partnership that will simply improve your business. To see the full line of digital document solutions from Kia Ceramita, call Advanced Imaging Solutions, 951-4AIS. Kia Ceramita from Advanced Imaging Solutions, providing total document solutions.
Hello again, my friends. We're back again at Cashman Field. Last of the 6th, Las Vegas holding on to a 5-1 lead over Salt Lake. And Scott Schneider worked the 5th inning, giving up 3 runs on 2 hits, plus a couple of walks, a wild pitch, and a throwing error by shortstop Casey Smith, which all contributed to the scoring. Joe Thurston at the plate to open the 6th for Las Vegas against Schneider. And the fastball's up and away, ball 1. 1-0. Kelvin Escobar has told the media here, now that his rehab start is over, that he will pitch for the Angels at home in Anaheim on Sunday against Oakland. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Thurston takes up and away, 2-0. Escobar again, 4 innings, 2 runs earned, 5 hits. A walk, 1 hit batsman, 6 strikeout. Thurston has been hit by a pitch and grounded out hard to first. That was in the 4th inning against Escobar. Now facing Scott Schneider. 2-0, fastball is low. It is 3-0. Salt Lake has really manhandled Las Vegas. The all-time record, 94 wins, 67 losses against the Vegas franchise as Thurston takes outside ball 4. So Snyder's control troubles continue. That's his third walk in an inning plus. And it brings up Henry Stanley, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. 51's trying to get that turned around as they go for their 5th consecutive win here. And they try to raise their record against Salt Lake this year to 2-2. Here's Stanley. Thurston off first base with Kochman holding him on. Third baseman Patkovich is in tight. The pitch, Thurston squares, and he bunts it to the backstop. Strike 1, 0-1. One strike on Henry Stanley. Thurston, the runner at first base. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Stanley takes low and outside ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Henry Stanley. Thurston on the bag at first. Mariano Duncan standing right there as Thurston gets off the bag. Jerry Royster watching from third base in the coaching box there. Snyder throws to first base, getting Thurston back on the bag. 1 ball and 1 strike. Snyder peers in. Mathis offering a sign. And the target, the pitch. And he checks a swing and a pitch at the knees, says Rob Drake. Strike 2. 1-2 on Stanley. Jose Flores watching from the on-deck area. Las Vegas with a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Henry Stanley, hitting right now .391. The pitch. He swings and fouls it straight back, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count still. Texas blanked Oakland 3-0. Estacio got the win over Blanton, with Cordero picking up the save. Kansas City was a 6-5 winner over Cleveland. Mike McDougal, the winner over Arthur Rose. Castillo, the game winner for KC in the bottom of the 9th inning. Seattle beat the Angels 5-3. Moyer now 3-0 over Kevin Gregg. Guardado the save. Pitches outside 2-2. Ibanez and Sexton homered for Seattle. Finley and Vladimir Guerrero homered for the Angels. In Baltimore, the Orioles beat Detroit 8-4. Ponson over Robertson. Palmero, Tejada, and Roberts with home runs there. 2-2 stretch. And the pitch. Stanley swings late and misses. Strike 3. 1 out. And the batter will be Jose Flores. Stanley 0 for 4. And has been out on strikes each of the 4 times. Here's Flores, who has doubled, struck out. Those at bats were against Escobar. Then in the 5th, leading off against Schneider, he singled to left and eventually scored. The first of 3 Vegas runs in the 5th, which turned a 2-1 game into a 5-1 game. Toronto beat the Red Sox 4-3. Halladay now 3-0 over Keith Folk. With Batista notching the save. Here's the pitch to Flores. That's foul back. Strike 1. 0-1. Koski and Wells homered for Toronto. Ramirez and Ortiz one deep for the Red Sox. Tampa Bay beat the Yankees by a score of 6-2. Hideo Nomo, his first win for Tampa Bay. He outdueled Randy Johnson. 2 home runs for Eduardo Perez, son of Tony. Here's the 0-1. A ground ball fouled outside third. Strike 2. 0-2. Giambi homered for the Yankees, his third. White Sox final. They beat Minnesota 3-1. The White Sox are 10-4. Hernandez the winner over Brad Radke. Marte the save. Paul Konerko, his 7th home run of the year. 0-2 to Flores. Schneider gets set. And the pitch. Slider outside. Jerry Royster picked up that last foul ball by Flores and tossed it to a fan, the front row just beyond the third base dugout, who dropped it. So one of these Salt Lake bullpen mates hustled over, picked it up, and gave it back. 1-2. Schneider all set. There goes the runner on a ground ball to short. Smith has it, and Fee second, not in time. Throw to first in time to get Flores. Thurston was running, and the fact that Thurston was running kept the 51s from hitting into a double play. Smith got it, fed Fox with an underhand toss, but it was too late. Thurston was at the bag. Mark Morrow right there to make that call. So it's a 6-4-3 out at first base. Thurston safe at second. Time call. Mathis goes out to visit with Schneider. Okay, National League, the only game still going on is in San Diego. We're in the top of the 7th inning at Petco Park. The Padres lead the Giants by a score of 5-2. Houston beat Atlanta 5-3. Backey over Thompson. Lids with a save. Jones homered for Atlanta. Tavares hit one for Houston. They're not telling us whether it's Chipper or Andrew, though. Here's Chen. The pitch. Inside, ball one. See if I can find that out for you. Anyway, the Cubs beat Cincinnati 7-1. Mark Pryor, his second win over Brendan Clausen. Lee, Barrett, and Corey Patterson all homered for the Cubs. Right here, it's 5-1 Las Vegas in the bottom of the 6th inning. Thurston off second base, 2 outs. Snyder's pitch. Fastball to strike near the outside corner. 1-1 to Chen. St. Louis beat Pittsburgh 7-1. Matt Morris over Josh Fogg. Jim Edmonds a home run for St. Louis. Darrell Ward went deep for the Pirates. Mets beat the Phillies in Philly 16-4. Zambrano over Padilla. Home run derby there. 9 home runs in that game. 1-1 pitch. Chen hits a high foul back out of play. Strike 2. 1-2. Piazza, Mankiewicz, Wright, Diaz hit 2 for the Mets. Reyes hit 2 for the Mets. And the Phillies had home runs from Bell and Utley. David Bell hitting his first of the year. His brother Ricky Bell played a couple of years for Vegas and is now in the Cubs organization. 1-2 pitch. Snyder delivers. Breaking ball. Chen lifts it foul to the right, back out of play. Still 1-2. Florida beat Washington in Washington. Each of those National League Eastern Division teams are 8-6 now. Moeller got the win over Hernandez. Delgado was second home run for the Marlins. Brian Snyder hit one for Washington. Colorado home beat Arizona 8-1. Francis over Estes. Michael Restovich a home run for Colorado. Fastball foul back. It's still 1-2 on Chen. And as I mentioned earlier, the Dodgers down 6-0 rallied to beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee in 10 innings, 8-6 for the 7th straight win, and they had the best record in baseball. 11 up and 2 down. Carrera the winner over Phelps. Yancy Braziban the save. Milton Bradley the game-winning home run in the 10th. His 5th. And Jason Grabowski also homered for L.A. Ground ball at the third base side. Backhanded nicely by Patkiewicz. Long throw to first in time. And the inning is over. Good play by Salt Lake third baseman Adam Patkiewicz to take care of Chen. And Las Vegas is finished after the leadoff walk to Thurston. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And now we go to the 7th inning here at Cashman Field. The score, Las Vegas 5, Salt Lake 1.
Nice kid, but a little dumb. Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
You gotta just sit back and enjoy it.
KENO Las Vegas.
Do you play golf? Would you like to play 3 different courses all in one beautiful location and still have money left over to play again the next day? Then Golf Summerlin is the place for you. Come play Highland Falls, Palm Valley, and Eagle Crest. All 3 courses will keep you coming back for more. Golf Summerlin is also a great choice for your next tournament or group outing. For more information, call 254-7010. That's 254-7010. Golf Summerlin. 3 great courses, all open to the public, all very affordable.
If music was black and white, what would it sound like? But add a little color to it and... you can hear and see the difference. Now let's apply this to, say, advertising. Classified advertising. What does your ad sound like? This? Or this? See, adding a little color can make your R.J. Sun classified ad really sing out. For just a little more, we'll add some real color to your ad. You will see and hear the difference. Call 383-0383. Expect more, get more out of your classified ad.
Call 383-0383 to place your R.J. Sun classified ad. 0383. 383-0383.
Top half of the 7th inning, Las Vegas leading Salt Lake 5-1. And we're so pleased you could join us. From Cashman Field tonight, Game 1 of this 4-game series, Angels versus the Dodgers, AAA way. And all the 51's action, live all season long on Fox Sports Radio 1460, and on the internet at www.sportsjuice.com. Here's a pitch to Brian Gordon. And that cut fastball's inside from Pat Mahomes, ball one. Gordon is fouled out to third, and he singled in the lone Salt Lake run. That was in the fourth inning with 2 outs. He drove in Kochman with a single to right field. The Gordon 1 out of 2. 1-0 pitch is coming. And it's up and away, ball 2. 2-0. Las Vegas bullpen quiet for now. Mahomes, similar numbers to what he did last week in Salt Lake against the same team to this point. 2-0 pitch. Gordon swings and misses, and it's 2-1. In that game, he went 6 innings, allowed no runs on 3 hits. Tonight, he's gone 6 innings, allowed 1 run on 2 hits. He has walked 3, hit a batter. He has struck out 3 as well. 2-1 to Gordon is on its way. As a ground ball up the middle, Thurston to his right, dives, can't get it. Nice effort by Thurston, but it's a base hit. Stanley will bring it back in. Gordon has 2 of the 3 hits off Mahomes. Thurston was playing him to pull and simply couldn't quite get there despite a valiant effort. And the batter, Adam Pavkovich. Pavkovich has struck out and hit into a force play, a 5-4 fielder's choice, which ended the 4th inning. They're milling around in the Las Vegas bullpen, and someone is going to begin to loosen up shortly, it looks like. Mahomes with a sign from Rose. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is low, ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes. Tomorrow, Ryan Roop versus Corey Lee. Thursday, on Dollar Beer Night, Heath Totten for Las Vegas, Doug Sessions, 2 right-handers. The pitch. Breaking ball, that's a strike. 1-1 is the count to Pavkovich. And Friday, T.J. Knoll takes on lefty Clayton Andrews in the finale for the homestand. The left-hander, meanwhile, is up now in the Salt Lake bullpen. 1-1 to Pavkovich. And there goes the runner. The pitch is a fly ball hit to fairly deep right. Going back is Ross. He backs up, reaches up, makes the catch on the track, fires toward first base, and the throw goes into foul territory where Myro gets it near the coaching box, and Gordon gets back to the bag. Gordon was running on the pitch, so he had to put the brakes on and hit reverse and got back there. Pavkovich gave it a good ride, but he's out. 1 out, and here's Andy Fox. Lefty Mike Venefro is up in the Las Vegas bullpen, right field side. Fox has grounded at first 3-1. And he drew a walk leading off the 5th inning. The pitch is a high fly ball down the left field line, slicing beyond the bullpen back into the party zone. 0-1 to Fox. Chris Prieto is on deck. 5-1 Las Vegas. We're in the top of the 7th inning. One pitcher has gone as far as 7 full for Las Vegas so far. That was Heath Totten, who did the trick against Colorado Springs. Here's the 0-1 stretch. And the veteran Mahomes deals. Fastball. There's a high foul off to the left. That'll be back in the seats. 0-2 on Andy Fox. After the series is over, Salt Lake will go home and they'll take on the Portland Beavers. All the 51s are in Sacramento. 0-2. Gordon at first, 1 gone. And we're in the top of the 7th inning. Outfield playing the left end and hitting Fox slightly to the opposite field. The pitch. That's foul back out of play again. Still 0-2 on Andy Fox. Almost a new ball to work with now from the plate umpire Rob Drake. His right foot in the front part of the rubber. Fox taking his time getting ready. Gordon stands off first. Myro straddles the bag. The 0-2 pitch low and inside to the shoe tops of Fox. Ball 1. 1-2. Venefro limbering up in the Las Vegas bullpen. He's the lone lefty in the pen. And when he's right, he can get lefties out, which is important against Salt Lake because they have a bevy of them. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Fox. Mahomes brings it in. There goes Gordon. There's a ground ball to the right side, charged by Thurston. His play is to first. He flips it underhanded to Myro for the second out. On the play, Gordon takes second. Gordon running on that pitch, and he's there safely at second base, and that's slow tapper to Thurston. Fox is out 4-3. 2 down. And here's Chris Prieto, who was grounded to short, grounded to first, and laid on a sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning. He was thrown out on a very good play by Mahomes, who raced over to the third baseline to pick it up and make the play on him. So Prieto climbs in. He's been all over the place. Been playing professionally since '93. The Padres had him first. And he spent parts of 4 years in Vegas, 3 with San Diego, and 1 as a Dodger in '01. There's a foul ball off his foot rolling back toward Mahomes. 1 strike to count. Wind swirling around, changing direction. 0-1. Prieto, tremendous defensive player, and has had some good offensive years also. Last year at 284 at Memphis. The year before, 282 for Sacramento. And for Vegas in '01, he hit 291 and hit 19 home runs and drove in 58 runs, and he stole 18 bases. Pitches outside. 1-1 to Prieto. A lot of people roam center field as a center fielder for the Vegas franchise, and Prieto did it as well as anybody. Off second base is Gordon. And the pitch from Mahomes, breaking ball low and inside ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Prieto, a career .280 hitter out of the University of Nevada, Reno. 2 balls and a strike. Off second, Gordon. Mahomes checks him and now is off the rubber. Prieto, 32 years old. Angels signed him as a free agent just before Christmas. This will be a 2-1 pitch to Chris Prieto. Mahomes deals. Curveball. That's low. It is 3-1 with Casey Smith on deck. 5-1 Las Vegas in the top of the 7th inning. Prieto has stolen as many as 39 bases in a season as a pro. He always moved well. This is a 3-1 pitch to him. And that's taken low. Ball 4. There's the 4th walk issued by Mahomes. It comes with 2 outs in the 7th inning. The batter's Casey Smith. You got to believe that with the big guys, Kochman and Pride coming up after Smith, both left-handed hitters, this could be the last hitter for Mahomes regardless of what Casey Smith does. Gordon at second, Prieto at first, 2 down. Top of the 7th inning. Mahomes staring in at Rose, taking extra time between pitches here. 2 on, 2 out, and the delivery to Smith. Fastball up high at 91 miles an hour. 1-0. Smith, despite the offer so far, hitting .296. Time call. Roger McDowell goes out to get together with Mahomes and Mike Rose before the 1-0 pitch to Smith. Smith's been a pro since '01. Played collegiately at Troy State in Alabama. Last year he got his first taste of AAA ball after playing 44 games at Arkansas where he hit .282. He got into 69 games at Salt Lake where he hit .273. McDowell back to the first base dugout. Casey Smith, right-handed hitting shortstop, struck out looking in the 5th against Mahomes his last time up. 2 on, 2 out, and Mahomes 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, a ground ball up the middle, Thurston to his right, backhand, fires to first base on a bounce, and Myro can't play it, so here comes Gordon to the plate, and Mahomes tries to get the ball in foul territory, and by the time he gets there, the run is in, and to third base goes Prieto. It's now 5-2 in favor of Las Vegas, as Smith hits a bouncer. Thurston again playing him, swinging him over toward the first base side, and had to go way to his right to try to get it, made a backhand pickup, did not have a play on Prieto at second. So he threw in a bounce to Myro, and Myro could not block it. Got a piece of it, and that was it. I'll wait for a ruling on that. It's an infield hit for Smith, which gets Prieto to second and Gordon to third. And the 51s will make a pitching change. We'll get the rest of this unraveled for you in a moment. 5-2 in favor of Las Vegas. A pitching change here at Cashman Field. Back with more action right after this.
They say that the best kind of advertising is word-of-mouth advertising. And here at New York Hotel and Casino, we couldn't agree more. That's why today we're at the Manhattan Express roller coaster, asking people to describe their experience. Excuse me, sir, what do you think of the ride so far? Anything else? about you, ma'am? Are you enjoying the ride? Sounds like yes to me. Is that something there? How do you like the ride, sir?
Oh, yes! Jeez, I'm remembering! You'll be okay in a minute!
Well, there you have it. The people have spoken. The Manhattan Express roller coaster at New York, New York. Come and see for yourself what everyone's been talking about. You gotta love this town.
Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
American Family followed us everywhere.
Wherever they moved, Brad and Kim Tyler liked the security of having American Family Auto Insurance.
All I had to do was call my agent, and immediately they follow up on it.
They're very responsible.
They take care of us.
Call today for a free, no-obligation auto quote. American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today or visit us at amfam.com.
Back here again at Cashman Field. Las Vegas leading 5-2. It looked like the ground ball by Casey Smith might end the inning. Joe Thurston tried to make an acrobatic play to get him, but he bounced his throw to Brian Morrow, who could not make the play on it. The ball rolled into foul territory. Infield single for Casey Smith. Throwing air charge to Thurston, scoring Gordon, getting Prieto to third. 5-2 now, Las Vegas leading. Mike Venefro will go after Casey Kochman. The pitch. Fastball outside and low, ball one. Venefro off to a bit of a bumpy start this year. No record in 5 games, an 8.1 ERA, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs earned. He's walked 5, which is the big figure. 3 strikeouts. The 1-0 to Kochman. He's the tying run. He takes it low, ball 2. 2-0. Kochman against Mahomes, hit by a pitch in the first, led off the fourth with a walk and scored on a base hit by Gordon, and grounded out to second in the fifth. 0 for 1, hitting 140. At third base, Prieto. Smith at first, 2 outs. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Mike Venefro on the way. And he tried to hold up on a low pitch. They appeal. Strike, says the third base umpire, Darren Hyman. 2 balls and a strike to Casey Kochman. Venefro, veteran, been in a lot of places with the Texas Rangers in the big leagues for a few years. Here's the 2-1 stretch again by Mike Venefro. And the pitch to Casey Kochman. Slider grounded towards short. Flores is on this one, throws to Thurston for the force out on the sliding Casey Smith. That goes 6-4, and the inning is over. So Venefro comes in, gets the job done. And 1 run scores for the Stingers in the 7th inning on 2 base hits. 1 error, and they leave 2. We're in the stretch half of the 7th inning. And the score at the end of 6.5. So Las Vegas 51-5, and the Salt Lake Stingers 2.
You probably don't know me.
I make sure your milk stays cold and your dinner stays hot.
I work during record-breaking heat waves and lightning storms to replace a downed power line.
I take your calls 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
I find new sources of power that are better for the environment.
I create programs to reduce costs for small businesses.
I provide low-income families with energy assistance.
I show homeowners simple ways to keep energy costs down.
When I listen, I understand.
My name is Lucy Lopez.
My name is Bob Balver.
I'm Mario Gomez.
I'm Bill McKendry.
My name is Lisa Bartlett. I am one of the 1,800 employees of Nevada Power, and we are customers too.
Advertisement not paid by customers of Nevada Power.
JT the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
It's really personalized service, and we like that.
The Barnes family has their home insured with American Family.
I really enjoy our agent. He was able to bring different options to us and actually address our needs.
It puts in terms we can understand.
Call today for a free, no-obligation homeowner's quote. American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today or visit us at amfam.com.
Welcome back to Cashman Field. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Las Vegas leading 5-2 over the Salt Lake Stingers. And Scott Schneider, who was the second pitcher for Salt Lake following the starter, the rehabbing Kelvin Escobar, is out of the game now. Schneider goes 2 innings and is charged with 3 runs, and the runs are earned. Snyder allowed 2 hits. And he gives way to the left-hander Mark Watson, number 43. Watson is 6'3", 240 pounds, 31 years old. He's from Atlanta, and he spent some time in Japan last year at Hiroshima. Also spent time with the Cincinnati Reds AAA affiliate in the International League at Louisville, where he was 1-0 with a save and a 4.71 ERA. Brian Myro opens up the bottom of the 7th inning. Lefty versus lefty, fastball veers outside, ball 1. 1-0. Watson, appearing in his 5th game of the season, no record, at 6.14 ERA. 7 in the 3rd innings, the big figure, 14 hits. The league is hitting .378 against him. Myro swings at the fastball, fouls it straight back. 1-1. Myro has struck out, grounded at 2nd, and walked in the 5th against Snyder and was forced out by Edwards. Ken Snyder, 2 innings, 3 runs earned on 2 hits. He walked 3 men while he was in there, and he struck out 2. 1 ball and 1 strike to Myro. The pitch. Fastball taken low, ball 2. 2-1. A righty's up in the Las Vegas bullpen. That's number 33, Tom Farmer. 2-1 on Myro. And Watson's pitch. Fastball, a strike on the inside corner. Mark Watson with a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Myro. Mike Edwards to follow, and Willie Ibar in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Two and 2. Watson, a lengthy check of Mathis. Now the lefty's pitch. And the breaking ball low. 3 and 2. Watson was signed as a free agent by the Angels this past January. Went to Clemson University for 2 seasons and the University of Georgia for his junior year. 3-2 to Myro coming. Breaking ball hit in the air, foul outside third, hustling over his Pavkovich. He's there to make the catch as he approaches the far end of the third base dugout. So Myro 0 for 3, 1 out. That'll bring up Mike Edwards. Watson, 1993 graduate of Marist High School in Atlanta, where he played baseball and football. As a senior, was a Topps High School All-America and All-State selection. Watson made his major league debut with Cleveland in May of 2000 against the Yankees. And the pitch is a fastball for a strike to Edwards, who has doubled and scored, fly to left, hit into a force play. That was a key play in the 5th inning against Snyder. Hit a ground ball to short. Smith got it, juggled it, stepped on the bag for 1, tried to complete the double play to first base, but threw the ball into the first base dugout and enabled Flores to come in and score. Otherwise, a better throw would have been a double play, and the 51s would not have scored there, but they scored 3 runs instead. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Edwards. That one bounces off home plate, 1-1. So Watson, big league time with Cleveland and Seattle, and the Reds briefly in 2003. 1-1 the count. Edwards waits, and Watson's 1-1. Good pitch, swung on and missed. 1-2. Pitch dipping down below the knees of Edwards. So Mahomes, 6 2/3, gives up 2 runs, 1 earned on 4 hits. Walked 4, hit a batter, and he strikes out 3 men. And Venepro got the last out of the 7th inning. Here's the 1-2 to Edwards. That one bounces again and rolls behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Escobar went 4, Snyder goes 2, and now Watson working the 7th inning. Two balls and 2 strikes on Mike Edwards. Watson kicks and delivers 2-2. That one's down and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Willie Ibar awaiting his turn on deck. Watson's had time in this league before with Tacoma in 2002, just briefly, and spent a little time with Tacoma in 01, and also 2000 when he was Seattle property. The pitch. And there's a foul ball behind the plate to the backstop. Still 3-2 on Mike Edwards. Watson was a starting pitcher initially as a pro. His first pro year was 96 at Helena, and remained a starter for the most part through 99. 2000, He made the conversion to the bullpen and has not made a start since then. Payoff pitch to Edwards again. And fastball misses high, ball 4. So Edwards is on board for the third time, and the one-out walk brings up Ibar. That's the 5th walk-a-thon by Salt Lake pitching. Ibar has popped his second, singled and walked and scored. Las Vegas leading 5-2 here in the home half of the 7th inning, and Ibar turns around about right-handed against the southpaw Mark Watson. Edwards off first with Kochman, the first baseman, playing right in front of him. Here's the pitch. As a slow bouncer back to the mound, Watson has it, fires to second base, on target and in time to get Edwards. That's all they get. Goes 1-4 with the second baseman, Fox, handling the throw from Watson. The force out takes Edwards off the bases. Ibar safe at first base. He's now 1 for 3. And with 2 outs, here's right fielder Cody Ross, who has walked, fly to left, and doubled in 2 runs. He's 1 out of 2. So here comes Ross. Ross, more than anything else, hoping for a full year where he can avoid injury. Here's the pitch to him. Fastball's a strike, 0-1. When healthy last year, he was plenty productive, but he went through a myriad of injuries. Former Tiger property steps back in with an 0-1 count. And Ibar off first base. Nothing held on Kochman again right in front of him. Vegas leading by 3 runs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The 0-1 from Watson. Ross checks the swing and grounds when a third charge by Patkovich. He picks it up, and from the grass he throws out Ross, and the inning is over. For Las Vegas in the 7th inning, no runs or hits, no errors, and there was 1 man left on base. We have now played 7, and the score, Las Vegas 5, Salt Lake 2.
In a bleak future, controlled by a massive corporation, 1 man will rise. 1 man who's willing to rock. We Will Rock You, the London smash hit musical from Queen and Ben Elton. Join our hero and his band of bohemians on their wild journey to save rock and roll. We Will Rock You, now at Paris, Las Vegas. Tickets start at $45. Call 877-ROCK-SHOW, Ticketmaster, or visit ParisLasVegas.com.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 9 a.m., only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, Adam, come on in.
Hey, what's that?
Yeah, it's a circus clown I found downtown. He makes me balloon animals. I give him free rent.
Not that.
That's the Cox high-speed internet I got for only $19.95.
It's the deal you can't ignore. Cox high-speed internet for only $19.95 a month for your first month. You'll move up to 139 times faster than dial-up and up to 8 times faster than DSL. Here's something else you can't ignore. Free pop-up blocker, free spam blocker, free virus protection, and free anti-spyware. There's never been a better time to move up from dial-up. Get the deal you can't ignore. Cox high-speed internet for a special introductory price of only $19.95. Call 967-3584. That's 967-3584. Or visit Cox.com/Las Vegas. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Call for details.
Hello again. We're back here at Cashman Field, top of the 8th inning. Las Vegas leads Salt Lake 5-2 for the 51s, who are in search of their 5th consecutive victory. 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Salt Lake has collected 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Pat Mahomes, another quality start. If you add them up, 6 innings last week against Salt Lake, no runs, 3 hits. Tonight, 6 2/3, 2 runs, 1 earned on 4 hits. If you added up 12 2/3 innings, just 1 earned run allowed by Mahomes against a good-hitting Salt Lake club. So, Mike Venefro went a third of an inning. He was only in there to get Casey Kochman and got him with runners at the corners in the 7th inning, inducing Kochman to hit into an inning-ending force out. Now, Tom Farmer faces Curtis Pride. First pitch, ground ball to short. Easy hop for Flores. He fires on the first, gets his man. 1 pitch and 1 out. Pride, the second leading hitter in the league entering the game, is now 0 for 3 with a walk. And with 1 out, the batter, Jeff Mathis, who's hit back to the box, struck out looking, and rolled out to short all of his at-bats against starter Pat Mahomes. Tom Farmer, former Miami Hurricane, is in his 5th outing. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 9. 5 innings, 5 earned runs, 4 unearned runs. Fastball's a strike, 0-1. allowed 9 hits, walking 4, striking out 1. Former Tiger property. Dodgers picked him up in July of 2002 for Hiram Boca Chica. Mathis takes in the dirt. Ball kicks off the glove of Rose to the backstop. 1-1. Jeff Mathis, the catcher, right-handed hitter. Angels' first-round pick in the 2001 draft. 33rd overall choice. And he was signed by Casey Kochman's dad, Tom Kochman, and also Hank Sargent. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. That fastball's low. 2 balls and a strike. Mathis, ranked by Baseball America as the 4th best prospect in the Angels system. Got off to a strong start last year, but that fizzled after Casey Kochman and Dallas McPherson were promoted from Double-A. From that point on, Mathis only hit 165 the rest of the way. 2-1 pitch, hit in the ground, foul outside third. 2-2. He was at Double-A Arkansas last year where he hit 227 with 14 home runs, 55 RBIs. And the word on Mathis was that after Kochman and McPherson were promoted from Arkansas, that meant that Mathis did not have that kind of protection in the lineup anymore. And so the average went down. He's a great athlete, though. 2-2 pitch from Farmer. Sinking fastball and low. 3-2. Mathis moves well behind the plate and pretty good arm strength. Payoff pitch is coming up from Farmer with Luke Allen on deck. 1 out, bases clear, top of the 8th. Las Vegas leading 5-2. There's a ground ball wide at third base, kicks off Ibar's glove and goes into left field. Chen runs it down. Big turn by Mathis. He'll come back to the bag. Ibar will collect the error on the ground ball. And the bat will be Luke Allen, who was popped to short. Singled softly to center field in the 4th off Mahomes, which helped to set up the Stingers' first run, and he grounded out to second in the 1-2-3-6th inning. Second error committed by Vegas. Ibar moving to his left in that ground ball, kind of caught between hops. Ball kicked off his glove and ended up in left field. Here's Allen, 1 for 3. Mathis at first, 1 down the pitch. And a hard sinker in low. Allen checked the swing, ball 1. 93 miles an hour on that pitch. One 1-0. Farmer gets set to pitch. And that fastball's too high this time, 2-0. Rose calls time, goes out to the mound to visit with Farmer now. 2 balls and no strikes on Luke Allen. Allen came up in the Dodgers system, and after a couple of years at San Antonio, he was a third baseman originally, then he moved to the outfield. He never liked playing third. And after hitting .290 at Jacksonville in 2001 with 16 home runs, he went up to Vegas and spent almost the entire 2002 season in Las Vegas. Pitch is low, now 3-0 to Allen. Luke had 6 games in the big leagues with the Dodgers in 2002, 1 hit in 7 at-bats. And in 2003, the Rockies signed him, and he was at Colorado Springs. He hits a high fly ball to left field. Chen went in. Now he goes back a step or 2 and grabs that one. Back to first goes Mathis. So Allen swinging on the 3-0 pitch. This guy's out to left, 2 down. And the bat of Brian Gordon, who was fouled out, singled in a run, and singled and scored in the 7th inning. 5-2, Las Vegas. And we're in the top of the 8th. So altogether, Gordon 2 out of 3. Got half Salt Lake's hits. There's a fastball in there for a strike from Farmer. 0-1. Gordon, one of the returning Salt Lake Stingers from last year, where he hit .259 and hit 22 homers, knocked in 70 runs. He was Diamondbacks' property originally. They chose him in the 7th round of the '97 draft. Pitch in the dirt is blocked there by Rose. 1 ball and 1 strike. He was with the Diamondbacks AAA team in this league in Tucson in 2003, hitting .265 there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mathis off first with 2 outs. And Farmer all set. Here's a look in the 1-1. And it's chopped foul behind the plate toward the first base on deck area. The bat boy shoves over to pick it up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. So in the inning, Pride rolled out to short. Mathis safe on the error when his ground ball kicked off Ibar's glove And Allen skied out to left on a 3-0 pitch, and Gordon now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. They play him to Pohl, left-handed batter, in the outfield and in the infield. Farmer reads Rose. He's set, and the 1-2 look, the pitch. Breaking ball low, stopped there by Rose. It's 2-2. Las Vegas, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fifth. Singers with single runs in the fourth and seventh innings. 1 home run. That was Chen leading off the third, a tape measure clout off Kelvin Escobar. Over the fence and left toward the scoreboard. Here's the 2-2 to Gordon. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Farmer with some extra mustard, 94 miles an hour. He threw it by Gordon to complete the Salt Lake 8th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. The Stingers now have left 8 men on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is Las Vegas 5 and Salt Lake 2.
Good time taste like? Twist open an ice-cold Budweiser and let it out. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. The signature taste of the king of beers. This is Budweiser. This is beer.
Join me, Fezzik. You can bet on it. 2 to 3 p.m. on Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
As temperatures rise, so do your chances for car trouble. Help meet the demands of summer driving by taking your General Motors vehicle to an expert, Cadillac of Las Vegas. Let Cadillac of Las Vegas give your car a seasonal checkup to make sure it's ready for virtually anything summer can dish out. Cadillac of Las Vegas is your GM Goodwrench Service Center, featuring GM-certified technicians, advanced diagnostic equipment, and genuine GM parts. So stop by your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Cadillac of Las Vegas at 2711 East Sahara in Las Vegas, and keep yourself and your car cool this summer.
Welcome back, my friends. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, and this is the 5th game of the home schedule for the Las Vegas 51s. They haven't lost yet. They opened the home schedule by sweeping visiting Colorado Springs. That's the first time since the inaugural season of the Las Vegas franchise in the Pacific Coast League, which was 1983, when they were the Las Vegas Stars and had guys like Kevin McReynolds and the pitcher by the name of Larry Brown. And they swept the Salt Lake Gulls. That gives you an idea about how long ago it was right there. The Salt Lake Gulls. So the first time in 22 years that the 51s opened the home schedule with a 4-game sweep. And they swept the Sox, and they lead this game 5-2. Las Vegas will see what they can do about providing a little bit more of a cushion here in the bottom of the 8th inning against lefty Mark Watson by sending up Mike Rose, Joe Thurston, then leadoff man Henri Stanley. Rose 1 for 3. Southpaw Watson for his 2nd inning of work. Fastball is too low, ball 1. Rose has doubled in a run, grounded a third, struck out against Scott Schneider in the 5th. The first 2 at-bats were against starter Kelvin Escobar. 1 ball and no strikes on Rose. Switch hitter batting right-handed against the southpaw Mark Watson. The 1-0. He hits a high pop-up on the left side to shortstop Smith, and the third baseman Patrick Smith wants it, and he makes the catch. 1 out, and Joe Thurston will come up. The last game to be completed in the big leagues has been completed in San Diego, where the Padres defeated San Francisco by a score of 5-2. Brian Lawrence went 8 strong innings to get the victory. His first of the year to go to 1-2. He beat Jerome Williams, who's 0-1. And the save went to Trevor Hoffman, his 2nd. We'll update everything for you on the postgame show. Here's Thurston. And the pitch from Watson. He tries a drag bunt, fouls it at the plate, strike 1. Thurston's been hit by a pitch, grounded out sharply to first, and then walked in the 6th, so he's 0 for 1. Hitting .217. Mike Brunet, a righty throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. 1 strike on Thurston. Watson rocks to the motion. Creeping in at third is Pavkovich, and thinking about a possible bunt, and the breaking ball is up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Thurston. When Salt Lake bats in the ninth, they have scheduled the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Pavkovich, Andy Fox, and Chris Prieto. 1-1 to Thurston. Watson brings it home as a ground ball to first. Toward the line to pick it up is Kochman. He's got it, steps on the bag, and Thurston hustling up the line as we're tired. Second time he's kept Kochman busy. 2 down, and the batter is Stanley. Stanley had a huge day on Sunday, driving in 6 runs in a game that was capped by the game-winning home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. 51s were down 11-10. He hit a rocket over the right field fence off Matt Anderson, but it's been just the opposite kind of night for him tonight, 0 for 4, and has struck out in each of his at-bats. Here's the pitch to him, and outside ball 1-0. Dallas McPherson, big-time Angel prospect, called up to the Angels. Here's the 1-0 coming to Stanley from Watson, as Watson gets the sign from Mathis, and now goes to the motion. The 1-0 pitch is coming, and that breaking ball's low, 2-0. He had a game against the 51s last year when he was 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts. Angels' position is very simple. We'll take the strikeouts. He's going to hit for a lot of power. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball low. 3-0 the count to Stanley. Jose Flores on deck. Stanley waiting on the 3-0 from Watson. And here it is. That fastball bores in there for a strike. It's 3-1. 91 miles an hour. Dollar Beer Night Thursday. And then Friday night, last game of the homestand. Fastball to strike over the inside corner. And Stanley with a 3-2 count. Stanley getting himself settled back in the box again. Watson to the motion again. And a 3-2 to Henry Stanley. Fastball a little bit inside, ball 4. The 2-out walk will bring up Jose Flores. Paid attendance tonight, 2006, 2006. Watson walking Stanley with 2 outs. We'll get a visit now from Dino Ebel, who's going to change pitchers. A right-hander coming in. We get a pitching change, 2 outs, last of the 8th. Las Vegas batting and leading 5-2. We'll come back with more to Cashman Field right after this.
Hey, how's it going? I'm a baby in a womb without a view. So listen up, Mom, because I got a few things I need to get off my chest here. Number 1, no more step aerobics. You're going to be fat. Deal with it. You're pregnant. It's cool. If I hit my head on that rib cage like one more time, your little baby's going to come out a few IQ points a little short. I got a little tiny soft spot up there, woman, so take it easy. And one more thing. You can't be eating spicy food. It gets really hot down here. Stop eating that stuff that has a kick to it, and I won't be getting all kung fu on your appendix. Remember, Mama, we always have the option of coming out butt first. And you don't want that to happen. You'll be walking funny for a week.
Introducing the Spicy Barbecue $6 burger from Carl's Jr. with fried jalapeno and onion strips and spicy barbecue sauce. It ain't for babies. New at Carl's Jr. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 9 a.m. Only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Looking to seal a win for your home crowd? Try Buddig Deli Cuts if you can't miss. That's because Deli Cuts have the exclusive zip pack slider to seal in that premium, delicious flavor you can't find anywhere else. 6 great varieties with taste so good, we just had to give you a way to lock it up airtight. From one corner of the plate to the other, you can't beat Deli Cuts for great flavor, amazing freshness, and sheer excitement on the fans' faces. Give them a try out at your favorite grocer.
Last of the 8th inning at Cashman Field. Las Vegas leading Salt Lake 5-2. And the 4th Salt Lake pitcher comes in for this game. It's right-hander Mike Brunet, who inherits Henry Stanley at first base with 2 outs. Left there by a walk by Mark Watson. And Brunet will go after Jose Flores, who is 2 for 4 in this game. First thing Brunet does is toss one over to first base to keep Stanley honest over there. Flores has doubled, struck out, singled and scored, and grounded out. 2 for 4, hitting a brisk 4-41. Stanley off first, not a big lead with 2 outs. And Brunet's pitch, fastball to strike. It is 0-1 to Flores. Brunei is 6'2", just 160. 28 years old at Orlando Lakes, Florida. He spent much of last year with the Stingers, going 2-8 with a 6.5 ERA. Was at Double-A briefly at Arkansas. Breaking ball. Flores swings hard and fouls it back. He got a hanging breaking ball that time and fouled it back. 0-2. 5-2 Las Vegas. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mike Brunet, B-R-U-N-E-T. Brunet has no record in 3 games, an ERA over 11, 5 2/3 innings, 7 earned runs on 11 hits and 4 walks. The runner goes on a pop-up in the shallow right field. The second baseman, Fox, was coming in to cover, so he can't get it. The ball falls in front of Gordon for a base hit. Because Stanley was running on the pitch, Andy Fox, the second baseman, broke to the bag to cover, so he wasn't there to catch the pop-up. Otherwise, that's an easy out. Gordon, there was no way Gordon could get to the ball. And the ball plops in there, and Stanley on the move with 2 outs simply pedals over to third base. So Flores will take that. That's his 3rd hit. Runners at the corners with 2 down. Hit number 8 for Las Vegas, and here is Chen, who has struck out, homered, grounded out twice. Took a good play by Pavkovich to get him on his ground ball in the 6th inning. He was the last man that Scott Schneider faced. Chen waits, and the pitch from Brunet. Breaking ball, that's a strike on the outside corner. It is 0-1. Brunet were 2 2/3 innings last week in the game where Pat Mahomes pitched against the Stingers in Salt Lake, the 0-1. Chen swings late at a fastball to misses. It's 0-2. And Brunet faced Chen once and got him to fly out. 0-2. Henley at third, Flores at first, 2 gone, bottom of the 8th inning. Chen hitting .405, waiting on Brunet. Check signs with Mathis. The outfield deep for Chen. They play him the other way, shifting him around to the right. The 0-2. Breaking ball, that's a little outside. Mathis trying to frame the pitch for Rob Drake, who wasn't buying it. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Stanley off the bag at third. Flores modest lead off first. And Brunet's 1-2. There goes Flores. A fly ball to deep right field. Gordon going back, looking up. That ball is high off the wall. Stanley scored. Flores scored. Chen to second base with a 2-run double. Las Vegas leads it 7-2. I'll tell you one thing, when he gets in a zone, he is very, very difficult to get out. Because when he does, he can turn on the inside pitch, he can take the opposite pitch the other way, and he can hit with power to all fields. Chen has homered and now hit a 2-run double. Las Vegas with 9 hits, leading 7-2. And here's Myro, 0 for 3 with a walk. The first run, the one scored by Stanley, is charged to Watson. Myro hits a ground ball to short. Smith to his left has it behind the bag and throws out Myro to complete the inning. But Las Vegas tacks on 2. On 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the 9th inning. Last shot for Salt Lake. Las Vegas 7, Salt Lake 2.
Yeah, this is Willie's American Saloon down on the corner of Sahara and Paradise. We get all sorts of hamburgers, hot dogs, we get all sorts of fun stuff. We got the package going for baseball, and, of course, we're big supporters of the 51. So come on down to Willie's American Saloon on the corner of Sahara and Paradise. Yeah, down here at Willie's American Saloon, everybody feels welcome at home. We got home-style cooking, fresh soup and quiche of the day, and salad. Great food here at Willie's American Saloon on the corner of Sahara and Paradise, where everybody's always welcome, and the 51s are our home team.
Hey, it's Steve from the Wise Guys. Listen to us weekdays from noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
This is an actual phone call recorded at 5:30 in the morning.
Hello.
Hey, is Lisa in?
Who's this?
Hey, Lisa, how's it going?
Who's calling?
I'm just calling to wake you up, get you out of bed.
Why are you doing this?
If you want to eat breakfast before you go to work, you got to get up like right now. Come on. Bacon, eggs, hash browns. You want to get that stuff? You got to go to a diner.
What time is it?
Oh, it's about 5:30. I'm a little late. I'm sorry. I should have called you earlier.
No. I'm going back to sleep now.
No, go.
No, I have to go to sleep.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a nightie.
And what else?
Socks.
What kind of socks?
They're like green.
Oh, green socks.
Yeah, okay. Good night.
Want a fried egg, bacon, and hash browns? but don't want to get up early? Try the new breakfast burger at Carl's Jr. It's an all-American breakfast on a burger, only at Carl's Jr. Served during breakfast hours.
Welcome back, friends. They're playing Tom Petty's Running Down a Dream, top of the ninth inning. Las Vegas trying to run down their fifth consecutive win if they can hang on to any part of a 5-run lead here in the ninth inning. On top of Salt Lake 7-2, the 51s have led the whole way. Single runs in the second and third, 3 more in the fifth. And they tacked on 2 more in the eighth. Tom Farmer trying to close it out. The pitch to Adam Papkovich, fastball right down central for a strike at the knees. 0-1. Papkovich has struck out, hit into a force play flat out to the warning track and right. Farmer worked a hitless eighth, and here he is in the ninth. The pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Save situation for Farmer because when he came in, it was only 5-2. Now it's 7-2. Here's the 1-1, and that's a strike. They'll count as a ball and 2 strikes now. Of all the scores for you in the postgame show, PCL and the big leagues. The 1-2 pitch from Farmer. Big breaking ball, grounded to second, right at Thurston. He backs up, gathers it in, and throws it out. 1 down. Papkovich is 0 for 4. And the batter's Andy Fox. So Papkovich in his second AAA game has made some good defensive plays, but he's hitless. And here's Fox 0 for 2 plus a walk. 7-2 Las Vegas. 1 out top of the ninth inning. Palmer coming in. No saves. Aquilino Lopez has 2 saves. Frankelis Osorio has 1. Here's the pitch to Fox. Fastball, high ball 1. Of course, Jerry Royster said going into the season that Lopez would be his primary closer, but he felt comfortable that there were a couple of other guys out there who could close for him, Farmer being one of them. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Fox. And it's high ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Andy Fox. Chris Prieto on deck. (2-0). Farmer ready to 2-0, and Fox takes ball 3. It was close, but it missed. 3 balls and no strikes. Farmer got through the 8th unscathed, other than an error by Ibar and a ground ball by Mathis. There's a strike to Fox. 3-1. He was taking all the way. So the Las Vegas offense been very tough right from the beginning. The one time they were held silent, pitches up and away, ball 4 to Fox. So that 1-out walk will bring up Prieto at the top of the order, who is 0 for 2 plus a sacrifice bunt and a walk. 2 ground outs. 7-2 Las Vegas. When the 51s were in Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake, first game of that series, remember they had just come off the 3-game series in Colorado Springs to open up the season where they scored 29 runs in the 3 games. And Dustin Mosley completely handcuffed them. 6 innings, no runs, a hit. Retiring 18 of 21. Pitches a strike, 0-1. And Salt Lake won that game 7-1. Following day, Las Vegas won 9-4. That was the game that Mahomes pitched, and he beat Scott Dunn. 0-1 to Prieto, who walked in the 7th inning against Mahomes his last time up. 1 on, 1 out of the 9th inning. Breaking ball, he tried to hold up, and he went way around, says Rob Drake. 0-2 to Prieto. The last game of that 3-game series, the Stingers won 4-2 as left-hander Corey Lee went 6 strong innings to outduel Ryan Roop, but 51's hurt Roop with some shoddy defense. And they hit into 4 double plays. Here's the 0-2. Prieto takes in the dirt. It's blocked there by Rose. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Prieto had to look down at his skipper and third base coach Dino Evil. Now he's back with a 1-2 count. Fox away from first. Breeze blowing across from left to right as Farmer looks in hard at Mike Rose. Now he's ready with a 1-2 pitch to Prieto. There's a liner in the center. That's a base hit. Stanley in to pick it up. Around second base is Fox. He's going to third, and the throw goes into second base. And the Stingers have runners at the corners with 1 out in the 9th inning, and Casey Smith coming up. Casey Smith has grounded a second, fly to right, struck out looking, and his infield hit in the 7th inning against Pat Mahomes finished Mahomes. That was the hit back of second base where Thurston bounced his throw to Myro too late, and the ball rolled away, enabling Brian Gordon to score. At that point, 51's lead was cut to 5-2. They now lead 7-2, but the Stingers have runners at the corners with 1 out. There's a fastball for a strike to Smith. It's 0-1. Smith gets ready in the box in the pitch, and that's too low. That hard sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's the pitch that Farmer relies upon to get ground balls. Casey Kotzman waits on deck. 7-2 Las Vegas, 1 out top of the 9th inning. Stingers trying to make some noise in the 9th inning against Tom Farmer. 1-1 pitch. Fastball rides high, and the catcher Mike Rose stands up to gather that pitch in. Ball 2. It is 2-1. Smith back in. And the 2-1 pitch. That's too far inside. He missed. It's 3-1. Casey Smith, a 3-hit game yesterday in Tucson. 1 for 4 so far in this game. Fox is at third. Prieto's at first. 1 gone in the top of the 9th inning. Farmer getting ready. 3-1 pitch to Smith. And there's a strike near the outside corner. And the count is full. 92 miles an hour. Stingers mentioned they've drawn more walks than any team in the league. Drawn 61 now at this point. They're a patient club. 3-2 pitch. As a line drive off of Farmer, doesn't see it. The ball is between first base and the mound, and by the time Myro picks it up, Fox scores. Prieto's at second base. Smith is at first, and it's now 7-3 in favor of Las Vegas. Trainer Jason Mankey goes out to check on Farmer. A line drive by Smith right back at Farmer. And Mankey's out there to check on Farmer. Mankey wants to know where it got him. Farmer's walking around behind the mound. Couldn't tell from here exactly where he got it. Roger McDowell, the pitching coach, is out there also. I think he's looking at Farmer's right arm. Looks like he's looking at the forearm. And McDowell standing there also. Farmer continues to walk around in little circles behind the mound. And it looks like Farmer is going to have to leave. So Farmer's going to have to leave. A line drive off of him by Casey Smith. Kind of a scary moment, but it didn't hit him up high. Farmer's going to have to come out. Apparently got him somewhere on the right arm. So it's a line drive single that knocks in Fox, who had walked. And now they're 2 on with 1 out. And Frankelis Osorio will come in to face Casey Kotzman. There's a break in the action here in the top of the 9th inning at Cashman Field in game 1 of the 4-game series. Las Vegas leads Salt Lake 7-3 because this is an injury-related pitching change, and Osorio had not thrown a single pitch in the bullpen. He will get all of the warm-ups that he desires. So it could take a little bit. To recap the inning, Pavkovich grounded out to second, but then Fox walked. Prieto singled, and Smith lined one right back off Farmer. That spun him around and apparently hit him in the right arm. And that scored Fox. Prieto at second. And Casey Kotzman will come up when we return. We'll take this timeout and come back to Cashman Field. 7-3. Las Vegas leads Salt Lake in the 9th inning.
Because the end of the day is just the beginning of the night. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
JT the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, you know what's cool? Strutting into a downtown Las Vegas classic like you own the place. Hitting the casino for some gambling like it used to be. At the blackjack tables, on the slot machines, in the sports book, and in the poker room. Having a meal that make the chefs at some of the new frou-frou joints on the Strip question their own culinary credentials. Or hanging with your friends before catching the headliner in the showroom, and the whole time getting treated with the kind of service that snatched the AAA 4 Diamond Award for 28 consecutive years. You locals know what I'm talking about. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's been the jewel of downtown since 1946, and yeah, that's cool. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. That's downtown Las Vegas. Come in, and like the boys with the 51s know, you better come to play. Get more at goldennugget.com.
We're back here at Cashman Field, top of the ninth inning. A little more drama here as Frankilis Osorio replaces Tom Farmer, and the batter's KT Kotzman with 2 on and 1 out. There's a slider, low ball 1. Time call. Rose goes out to speak with Osorio, who is replacing Farmer, who got hit apparently on the right arm by a line drive off the bat of shortstop Casey Smith. You wonder why things like that don't happen more often. It's frightening. Prieto's at second, Smith is at first, and it is 7-3 Las Vegas. 1 out, top of the ninth. Kotzman, a dangerous customer despite his low batting average. The pitch, he takes it inside. It's now 2-0. The trouble for the 51s here in the ninth inning began with a 1-out walk to the number 9 hitter, Andy Fox. Prieto single. Smith lined one off Farmer's arm to drive in Fox, and that was it for Farmer. Osorio's 2-0 to Kotzman. That's too low, and it's 3-0, and don't look now, but the tying run is on base, and the second leading hitter in the league, Curtis Pride. 3-0. Osorio has no record in 6 games, a save, an ERA of 4. 9 innings, 10 hits, a walk and 3 strikeouts. He's normally around the plate, but he's behind Kotzman 3-0. Kotzman 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch and walked and scored. And the pitch misses, ball 4. He walked him on 4 pitches. Osorio, of course, felt he was ready after throwing off the mound here, replacing Farmer. It's not like him to walk anyone on 4 pitches. Now with the bases loaded and 1 out, here's the dangerous Curtis Pride. 7-3, Las Vegas leading it. And the 2 runs Vegas just got in the bottom of the 8th inning and the 2-run double by Chin Feng Chen look a little larger right now. Pride has walked, fly to center, fly to right, and then facing Farmer in the 8th, he grounded out to short. Osorio pitched 1 inning yesterday, and Las Vegas win over Colorado Springs allowed a run earned on 1 hit. It was a home run. And the pitch to Pride hitting .432. He swings and doesn't get it. It's 0-1. First time Osorio has faced Pride this season. Osorio went 1 scoreless inning against Salt Lake in Salt Lake. It was on Wednesday. 0-1. Prieto at third, Smith at second, Kotzman at first. And the 0-1 to Curtis Pride. He hits a tapper up the first base side, foul. Strike 2. Rose over to pick it up. It's 0-2 on Pride. Osorio, 6 feet tall, 165. 23 years old, from the Dominican, from Santiago. 0-2 to count. Jeff Mathis is the catcher. He's on deck. The infield, that double play depth. The outfield is deep, playing the no doubles defense. Deep and straight away. 0-2. Osorio collects the sign from Rose. The 0-2 to Curtis Pride. Fastball, he swings weakly and misses. Strike 3. 90-mile-an-hour heater near the outside corner. And Pride, not a good swing at that pitch. He was fooled. 2 outs, and now it's up to Jeff Mathis. Mathis is hitless in 4 at-bats. He's hit back to the box. He has struck out looking. He has grounded out to short, and he's reached on an error by Ibar on a sharp ground ball in the 8th inning when Farmer was pitching. Harold Eckert is throwing in the Las Vegas bullpen, but Osorio is trying to close it out. Here's the pitch. Mathis hits a ground ball into left field for a base hit. Prieto scores. Smith around third. He'll score. Stopping at second base is Kotzman, and all of a sudden the Las Vegas lead is cut to 7-5 on a 2-run single by Jeff Mathis. And that brings up Luke Allen. Those runs are charged to Farmer. Kotzman is the runner at second base. Mathis, the tying run, is at first. And here's Allen, 1 for 4 with a single. He flat out to left on a 3-0 pitch from Farmer in the 8th inning, his last time up. Allen hitting .343. Good line drive, left-handed hitter. The stretch, and Osorio will deliver. Here it is. And a slider's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. A left-hander gets up now in the Salt Lake bullpen. Number 34, Dusty Bergman. 1 strike on Allen. Kotsman at second, Mathis at first. Osorio bending slightly at the waist. Has the sign from Rose. The 0-1 pitch. Here it is. And that hard sinker's down and in. Ball 1. 1-1 Allen. Allen represents the go-ahead run here. 7-5 Las Vegas. 2 outs in the top of the ninth. 3 runs in, 2 men on. Osorio comes set, looks back at Kotsman off second, and comes to Allen 1-1. And the slider is too low. Ball 2. 2-1. Kotsman walks off second base. Mathis away from first. They're playing Allen to pull in the infield. Thurston swung over to the right. And again, they're playing no doubles in the outfield. It's deep. 2-1. Osorio comes set. The 2-1 pitch to Luke Allen. Here it is. Low and inside. Ball 3. It is 3-1. Another good left-handed hitter is on deck. That's Brian Gordon. He's got a couple of hits in the game. So Osorio has walked 1, struck out 1, gave up the 2-run single to Mathis on the ground. Now he's behind Allen 3-1. Osorio comes set again. The 3-1 pitch to Luke Allen. Here it is. Fastball. He swings hard and fouls it off his foot, and he goes down in a heap in front of home plate. Wow. Allen jumping all over that pitch, trying to, fouling it off. Now he gets up and begins to walk off the effects of that foul ball as Jamie Welch, the Salt Lake trainer, comes out to check on him. 3-2. Welch talking it over with Allen. Osorio just standing behind the rubber, and Welch is now heading back to the third base dugout. Well, it boils down to this. The runners are going to take off on a 3-2 pitch. Kotsman is at second. Mathis, the tying run, is at first. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Las Vegas leading 7-5. Frankelis Osorio trying to save it for Pat Mahomes. Luke Allen, the X-51 in the box. The stretch. The 3-2 pitch. There they go. Here it comes. It's a drive to deep right field. That ball is going, and that ball is gone. Luke Allen hits a 3-run home run, and Salt Lake has taken an 8-7 lead with 2 outs in the 9th inning. A line shot way over the right field fence. Allen getting vigorous high fives from everybody at home plate as he heads back to the dugout. You know, that's got to be sweet for him. He was a Dodger prospect at one time, now with the Angels. The Salt Lake Stingers have scored 6 runs to take an 8-7 lead. And the batter is Brian Gordon, who is, in this game, is 2 for 4. The pitch. Fastball, high ball one. There was no doubt. Allen just absolutely mashed that ball. That's his 2nd home run of the year. Gordon has fouled out, singled in a run, singled and scored and struck out. So Pat Mahomes will not go 2-0 tonight. He'll have no decision. 51's now down for the first time in the game, 8-7. The 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0. The tide turned when, with 1 out of the 9th inning, Tom Farmer walked the number 9 hitter Andy Fox. Then Prieto singled, and Smith's line drive back at Farmer literally knocked him out of the game. Scored a run, and that brought Osorio in. Here's the pitch to Gordon. He hits a drive to deep left center field. Racing back, and the ball is Chen, and Chen can't get it. It goes up against the fence. Stanley gets to it and brings it in. By that time, at second base is Gordon with a booming double. So Las Vegas trying for their 5th consecutive win, and it looked like they were going to get it, especially when they got 2 more runs in the 8th inning. But the Salt Lake Stingers have come roaring back against the Vegas bullpen. And here comes Jerry Royster. He's going to pull Osorio who can only get one man out of the 5 men he faced. Another pitching change here at Cashman Field. Harold Eckert coming in, back with more action right after this.
Man, I like you. What's your name?
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
You're a miracle.
KENO Las Vegas.
It's really personalized service, and we like that.
The Barnes family has their home insured with American Family.
I really enjoy our agent. He was able to bring different options to us and actually address our needs.
It puts in terms we can understand.
Call today for a free, no-obligation homeowner's quote. American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today or visit us at amfam.com.
Hey, 51 fans. Stop by your Las Vegas area Sure Tire and score big savings on quality Goodyear tires, like Regatta 2 passenger car tires, Eagle Performance tires, and Wrangler tires for your truck or SUV. SUV drivers ask a lot of their tires. That's why Goodyear built the Forterra, featuring silent armor technology. It's soft on the inside, tough on the outside, and features 2 distinct zones. The first is a super absorbent comfort zone for a quiet, comfortable ride. The second is an armor zone made with a layer of Kevlar, which provides strength for rugged toughness. But tires aren't all Sure Tire does. They take care of your automotive needs, such as brakes, oil changes, alignments, and more, all at competitive prices. So hurry in right now for an oil, lube, and filter service for just $12.95. For complete details and the Las Vegas area Sure Tire location nearest you, call 1-800-GOODYEAR. That's 1-800-GOODYEAR.
Back here at Cashman Field where the Salt Lake Stingers down by a score of 7-2 when the inning began, have scored 6 to take an 8-7 lead. Line drive home run by Luke Allen has put them ahead. Osorio is out. Harold Eckert is in the game. And the batter is Adam Pavkovich, the rookie third baseman. He swings and a ground ball foul outside third of the dugout. Strike one, 0-1. So Osorio, third of an inning, and gives up 3 hits, including the bomb to Luke Allen. And he's chased by the double off the bat of Brian Gordon. Pavkovich 0 for 4. He led off this inning with a ground out to second. The pitch. That sinker is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Harold Eckert is 1-0 with an ERA of 7.04. It's his 5th game all in relief. 1 ball and 1 strike on Pavkovich. What an inning. Las Vegas, a number of their wins have been a come from behind variety. And they're getting a taste of it here. 1-1 breaking ball is high and tight, ball 2, 2-1. With 1 out and nobody on, Andy Fox drew a walk. Chris Prieto single to center field. And Casey Smith's bullet back to Farmer apparently went off his arm. That scored Fox and got Prieto to second. And Frankelis Osorio on a cool night when it's got to be tougher than usual to get loose, had all the pitches he wanted to get ready. The fastball's inside, 3-1 to Pavkovich. But he said he was ready and came in. But the first thing he did was walk Casey Kochman on 4 pitches. He struck out Curtis Pride. The 51s were 1 out away from winning it when Mathis grounded a single left, knocking in 2. And Luke Allen on a 3-2 pitch, boom, out it went. 3-2 pitch, 3-1 pitch, I should say. Fly ball to center. This should do it. Stanley comes trotting in, looking up. And now he veers a little to his left to make the catch. The inning is finally over, but 10 men bat. What an inning for Salt Lake. They come roaring back with 6 runs in the inning on 5 base hits. No errors, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is Salt Lake 8 and the 51s 7.
Call 383-0383 to place your RJ on classified ads, where you can buy and sell most anything through the RJ on classified ads. Well, now there's TV, bicycles, and stereo too. From antiques to Zebra, the classifieds are here for you. Call 383-0383 to place your RJ on classified ads. 0383. If you've got a or a book that you want to sell, or your need repair, you'd like a or a book, or maybe a or to sell a home or get a job, pick up the phone and let the artist on work for you. Call 383-0383.
Show, weekdays at 9 a.m., only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
We have automobile insurance with American Family.
Our home is insured with American Family Insurance.
People like American Family Insurance for all kinds of reasons, including discounts on auto and homeowners insurance.
I've had my auto insurance with American Family for 19 years.
I recommend them any day.
Call today and find out how much you could save with American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today or visit us at amfam.com.
Friends, we're back at Cashman Field. What a game. What a homestand. Las Vegas and Colorado Springs went round and around and played some dramatic affairs. Las Vegas ended up on the winning end of all of them. They swept the 4 games, and they looked like they were cruising to a win here, 7-2 in the ninth. But it was not to be. Salt Lake got 6. And if Vegas is going to win, they're going to have to come back. 8-7 Salt Lake. Left-hander Dusty Bergman comes out of the Salt Lake bullpen to relieve Mike Brunet, who in a third of an inning giving up a run earned on 2 hits. Brunet could get a win. Bergman trying for a save. He's a tough lefty facing Mike Edwards. Fastball's in for a strike 0-1. Bergman is 6'5", 200 pounds, 27 years old, from Carson City, Nevada. Edwards tonight has doubled and scored, flat out hit into a force play to drive in a run and scored and walked. He is 1 for 3. Pitch bounces, and it's 1-1. Bergman had good numbers last year for Salt Lake, 1-2 with a save and a 2.85 ERA. And this year, he's at it again. Bergman 1-0 with a 1.29 ERA in 3 outings. He's got 1 save, 7 innings, 4 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Pitch is low, 2-1. Bergman, 6th round pick by the Angels in the 99 draft. Went to the University of Hawaii. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Edwards, Ibar, and Ross for Las Vegas in the bottom of the 9th inning, 8-7 Salt Lake. Fastball, Edwards swings and comes away empty. 2-2. Bergman pitched 4 innings on Friday in Tucson, which is the longest outing by a Stingers reliever this year. Here's a 2-2. Edwards takes low, 3-2. Bergman got the Stingers' bullpen first save of the year with a scoreless 9th inning on Saturday. For the Angels in spring training, he was 0-1 in 8 relief outings and 4.5 ERA. Drive to deep left field. Luke Allen cruising over to make the catch. Allen was playing deep. The Stingers are now playing the no-doubles defense and a 1-run game of the ninth, and Allen was there to catch the well-hit ball by Edwards. 1 out. And the batter, Willie Ibar. To the mound goes Mathis. To speak to Bergman off facing Ibar, who's batting right-handed, the switch hitter. He's popped to second, singled, walked and scored, and hit into a force play. He is 1 for 3. 8-7 Salt Lake. Each team with 9 hits. The man of the hour right now, former 51's outfielder Luke Allen, out there in left field for Salt Lake. His 3-run home run with 2 outs and 2 strikes on him. A 3-2 pitch off Osoria. Put the Stingers out in front. Pitch is high to Ibar, ball 1. Ibar hitting .409. Cody Ross is on deck. Bergman, tall lefty set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line drive at the first base side, foul. And the ball rolls down to the corner where Gordon goes after it. 1-1 to count to Ibar. 51s did not see Bergman in any of those 3 games at Franklin Covey Field last week. They saw him last year, though. 1 ball and 1 strike. A number of these hitters have faced him before. 1-1 to Ibar. He hits a ground ball right at the shortstop Smith. 2 hops. He's got it. Throws on the first base low, and it's dug out by Kotzman. 2 down. And the batter's Cody Ross, who represents the last hope for the Las Vegas 51. Ross, of course, with home run power, tonight has walked, fly to left, doubled in 2 runs in the 5th inning, and on the check swing, grounded out to third. He's 1 for 3. If he's able to extend the game, Mike Rose would be next. 2 outs, no one on. 8-7 Salt Lake with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Or rather, the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch from Bergman is a fastball. Ross swings and comes away empty. Strike 1. It is 0-1. Ross out of the box. Takes a little half swing and gets back in the batter's box again. 0-1. Bergman. Kicks, delivers 0-1. And the fastball's foul straight back, and Ross is down to his last strike. 0-2. When Chen hit that two-out opposite field double off the right field wall off Mike Brunet. That made it 7-2 in the eighth. But as has been said many times, no such thing as a safe lead here. Here's the 0-2. Ross takes way high, ball 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Cody Ross, who checks back in again. Bergman looks into Mathis for a sign. Outfield deep, and they play him the other way toward right. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball driven into shallow center field. Here comes Prieto. He's there. He's got it. And the Salt Lake Stingers, with a big come-from-behind win, snapped the 51's 4-game win streak with 6 runs in the 9th inning. Salt Lake wins at 8-7. I'll be back with the totals right after this.
Hey, how's it going? I'm a baby in a womb without a view. So listen up, Mom, 'cause I got a few things I need to get off my chest here. Number 1, no more step aerobics. You're going to be fat. Deal with it. You're pregnant. It's cool. If I hit my head on that rib cage like one more time, your little baby's going to come out a few IQ points a little short. I got a little tiny soft spot up there, woman, so take it easy. And one more thing. You can't be eating spicy food. It gets really hot down here. Stop eating that stuff that has a kick to it, and I won't be getting all kung fu on your appendix. Remember, Mama, we always have the option of coming out butt first. And you don't want that to happen. You'll be walking funny for a week.
Introducing the Spicy Barbecue $6 burger from Carl's Jr. with fried jalapeno and onion strips and spicy barbecue sauce. It ain't for babies. New at Carl's Jr. for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Okay, let's take it from the top.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Making time, because life's too short for anything less than the bright, crisp, clean, pure taste of Budweiser. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back here at Cashman Field, where the Las Vegas 51s, who've had some nice comebacks among their 6 victories coming into tonight's 11th game of the year, the tables turned on them in a big way. They had a 5-run lead in the 9th inning, and they wind up losing the ball game in stunning fashion by a score of 8-7, and they get burned by an ex-mate. Former Las Vegas 51's outfielder Luke Allen wins it with a 3-run home run off Frankelis Osorio with 2 outs in the 9th inning as part of a 6-run night. The Stingers won 8-7 for Salt Lake to win to run their record to 8-4 and 3-1 against Vegas. 8 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. They left 9 men on base. Las Vegas now 6-5 sees their 4-game win streak come to an end. 7 runs, 9 hits and 2 errors. They left 9 men on base. The winning pitcher for the Salt Lake Stingers is the right-handed reliever Mike Brunet, and he is now 1-0 on the season. For Dusty Bergman, he collected the save for Salt Lake. It was Bergman's 2nd save of the year. The loss goes to Frankelis Osorio. He is 0-1 on the season. Home runs, well, Salt Lake hit one, a big one by Luke Allen, a 3-run home run with 2 outs in the 9th and a 3-2 pitch from Osorio. And for Luke Allen, that was his 2nd home run of the season. He now has 6 RBIs on the year. For Las Vegas, they had a solo home run by Chin Feng Chen off of rehabbing Kelvin Escobar, and that was his 3rd of the year, and that was the only Las Vegas home run of the night. A crowd of 2,006 paid to see the game, which took 3 hours and 9 minutes to complete. On the post-game show, we'll also take a look at the scores in the major leagues, and we'll recap this game. We'll take a look at the PCL scores also. That's all coming up right after this.
Getting tired of the same old kind of sports bar with the same old food, tired atmosphere, and lackluster service?
Hey, you'll get your beer. Just wait in line.
Well, if you're into the sports bar scene but are ready for a refreshing change from the same old, then the place for you is Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay. What makes Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay different? For starters, they feature a full Italian menu at reasonable prices with outstanding authentic Italian entrees and daily specials like penne scallops on Mondays and delicious stuffed salmon on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, you can enjoy a fabulous 14-ounce ribeye grilled to your liking. And on Fridays, Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay proudly serves a wonderful osso buco. Now, how many sports bars can do that? So the next time you want to kick back and enjoy the game with great food, head over to either one of Carmine's 2 locations. On the west side at 2940 South Durango off of Edna, and in Henderson on Mark Street near Warm Springs. Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay, the sports bar with a touch of class.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 9 a.m., only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Okay, wait, let me get this straight. Your car got trashed by a brown bear?
A grizzly bear.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
Okay, so this bear, unprovoked, attacks your car.
Oh, no, he was provoked all right.
What, you provoked him?
Of course not. It was the donuts.
What donuts?
I left a box of donuts in the back seat.
Oh, see, that's not good.
Well, the bear really didn't seem to mind.
Right. So to get the donuts,
he trashed my car.
The brown bear.
A grizzly bear.
A grizzly bear.
Because no one is more focused on getting your car back to normal than your farmer's agent. Describing how you got into an accident can be a lot harder than describing how you got out of one.
So I already got my car back from the repair shop.
Oh, who's your insurance company?
Farmers Auto Insurance. Gets you back where you belong.
Okay, who had the bear claw?
That would be him.
Right.
Life is full of surprises, but Farmers Insurance can help get things back to the way they were. See your local Farmers Insurance agent today. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Welcome back to Cashman Field, friends, for the final segment of Las Vegas 51's post-game show. Salt Lake, a dramatic ninth-inning comeback to beat Las Vegas tonight by a score of 8-7. And before we recap the game, we'll run down the Pacific Coast League scoreboard for you quickly. Colorado Springs defeated Tucson in Game 1 of that series in Tucson by a score of 6-5. Iowa defeated Round Rock by a score of 7-0. And it was Sacramento over Tacoma. That final was 4-2 in 10 innings. Portland beat Fresno 3-2, which means Vegas still has percentage points of a lead over Fresno in their division. And it was Nashville defeating Oklahoma. The final score was 10-8 in that contest. We'll have some big league scores coming up in just a little bit. But first, I want to recap this game. What a ball game here. I'll tell you one thing. Fans coming out here during any of the games of this season opening homestand have certainly gotten their money's worth. No debate on that. The 51 scored one in this game, the first run in the bottom of the second inning off Escobar, who was rehabbing a sore elbow when Mike Edwards doubled and scored one out later on a double by catcher Mike Rose. It was 1-0 Las Vegas at the end of one. In the bottom of the third, the 51s made it 2-0 when Chen Fen Chen hit a tape measure bomb, a high soaring drive way over the fence in left field, which led it not far from the scoreboard, which is 474 feet away. So Chen unloaded, and 51s led 2-0 at the end of three. Meanwhile, Pat Mahomes was cruising. He didn't give up a hit till 2 outs in the fourth inning. When he did, give up back-to-back singles. That plus a walk produced a run for the Stingers, and at the end of four, the Las Vegas lead was 2-1. 51's got 3 runs in the fifth off the reliever, Scott Snyder. Escobar went 4 innings, allowed 2 runs earned on 5 hits, a walk, a hit batsman, and 6 strikeouts, throwing 74 pitches. And the word is he will pitch Sunday in Anaheim for the Angels against Oakland. In the 51's fifth off of Snyder, Jose Flores, who had 3 hits on the night, singled and took second in a wild pitch, and then scored later in the inning on a fielder's choice ground ball by Mike Edwards. And Edwards ultimately scored along with Willie Ibar, who had walked, in a 2-run double by Cody Ross. And through 5 innings, Las Vegas led 5-1. They took that lead into the 7th inning when the Stingers got 1 off a tiring Mahomes. Brian Gordon singled, and 2 outs later, he was at third base after Chris Prieto walked. Casey Smith's infield single, coupled with a throwing error by Joe Thurston, scored Gordon. And at the end of 7, Las Vegas held a lead of 5-2. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the 51 scored twice to make it 7-2. They scored the 2 runs this way with 2 outs. Henry Stanley walked off left-handed reliever Mark Watson. In came Mike Brunet. Jose Flores' pop fly fell into shallow right for a single. That moved Stanley over to third base. Up came Chen. He almost hit another home run. He hit one off the right field fence for a double, knocking in Stanley and Flores. And the 51s led 7-2 into the 9th inning. It looked like they'd get their 5th straight win, but it was not to be. Tom Farmer had worked a hitless 8th, and he started off the 9th in good shape. He had the rookie Adam Pavkovich to ground out, but his big mistake was walking the number 9 hitter, Andy Fox. Then Chris Prieto singled to center, moving Fox over to third base. Casey Smith had a line drive right back at Farmer that apparently hit him in the right arm. That scored Fox, moved Prieto to second, and made it 7-3 in favor of Las Vegas. and literally knocked Farmer out of the game. We can only hope Farmer is okay. We don't have any report from the clubhouse, but we'll find out later about Tom Farmer's condition. That brought Frankelis Osorio out of the bullpen. Of course, since it was an injury-related pitching change, he had all the warm-ups he desired to get ready, but it is a cool night. He might have had a little trouble getting loose. Whatever the problem, Osorio, normally a control pitcher, walked Casey Kotzman on 4 pitches. That loaded the bases. He struck out Curtis Pride, and at that point, the 51s were 1 out away from the victory. But Jeff Mathis rolled a single to left field, knocking in 2. All of a sudden, it was 7-5. Up came Luke Allen. It looked like it might be a rough at bat for him. On a 3-1 pitch, he fouled one off his foot and went down in a heap and was checked by the Salt Lake trainer at that point, Jamie Welch. And then Allen got back in the batter's box and showing no worse for the wear. He had a line drive home run deep over the right field fence, a towering 3-run clout, and that made it a 6-run 9th inning. And Salt Lake led 8-7, and that's how they won it. Because in the 9th inning, Dusty Berkman worked a 1-2-3 9th inning to preserve it for Mike Brunet, and a stunning come-from-behind victory for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, who run their record to 8-4, and they're now 3-1 against the Las Vegas 51s. 51s always have had trouble historically against Salt Lake, and Salt Lake comes back to get them tonight in Game 1 of the 4-game series. We're going to check some scores now of the major leagues, as all of the games have been finished now for quite some time. In fact, there were some day games also today on the big league board. And let's check some of those scores for you right now. In the American League, Texas blanked Oakland 3-0. Estacio over Blanton. Cordero the save there. It was Kansas City 6, Cleveland 5. McDougal over Rhodes. Castillo, the walk-off home run for Kansas City. Seattle beat the Angels in Anaheim 5-3. Moyer over Greg. Moyer's 3-0. Guardado the save. Ibanez and Sexton homered for Seattle. Finley and Vladimir Guerrero homered for the Angels. In Baltimore, the Orioles beat Detroit 8-4. Ponson over Robertson. Palmeiro, Tejada, and Brian Roberts all homered in that game for Roberts, number 6 at Camden Yards. At Fenway, Toronto edged the Red Sox coming from behind to do so, 4-3. Halladay over Folk. Batista the save. Koski and Wells homered for Toronto. Ramirez and Ortiz homered for Boston. Manny Ramirez at tape measure clout at Fenway Park. Tampa Bay beat the Yankees 6-2. There was Nomo over Randy Johnson. 2 home runs for Tony Perez's son, Eduardo, for Tampa Bay, and Jason Giambi hit a home run for the Yankees in the Bronx. In Chicago, the White Sox beat Minnesota 3-1. Hernandez over Radke. Marte to save, and Paul Konerko hit a home run for the White Sox. He's already got 7. In the National League, San Diego beat San Francisco 5-2. Lawrence over Williams. Hoffman to save there. In Houston, the Astros beat Atlanta 5-3. Backey over Thompson. Lidge to save. Jones a home run for Atlanta. Tavares hit one for Houston. In Cincinnati, the Cubs beat the Reds 7-1. Pryor over Clausen. Lee, Barrett, and Patterson homered for Chicago. St. Louis beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh 7-1. Morris over Fogg. Edmonds hit a home run for St. Louis. Darrell Ward, the former Las Vegas 51, homered for Pittsburgh's only run. The Mets beat up on the Phillies in Philly 16-4. Zambrano over Padilla. 9 homers in the game. 7 by the Mets, including 2 by Victor Diaz. 2 also by Jose Reyes, 1 by Wright, 1 by Mankiewicz, 1 by Piazza. Bell and Utley went deep for the Phillies in that ball game. And Florida beat Washington 6-3. It was Moeller over Hernandez. Delgado homered for the Marlins. Brian Schneider went deep for the Nationals at RFK Stadium. At Coors Field, Colorado defeated Arizona 8-1. Francis over Estes. Restovich went deep at Coors for the Rockies, just their 3rd win in 13 games to open the season. And the Dodgers keep on winning. That's 7 straight. They were down 6-0 in the 6th inning, and they rallied in 10 to beat Milwaukee 8-6. Carrera over Phelps, Tommy Phelps. Yency Brazoban with the save. Milton Bradley, another home run. He hit the game winner in the 10th, his 5th. Jason Grabowski hit his 1st for the Dodgers, and Milwaukee's Chris Magruder hit his 1st of the year for the Brewers. Tomorrow, Game 2 of the 4-game series. And boy, this homestand has featured everything. Come-from-behind wins by Las Vegas. Tonight, a big come-from-behind win for Salt Lake. Will be on at 6:50 for the pregame show. 7:05 first pitch. And tomorrow, in Game 2 of the series, Las Vegas will send Ryan Roop, who is 0-1 but has pitched 2 good games. And they'll be opposed by lefty Corey Lee, who is 1-0. That was a win in Salt Lake against the 51s. That's the matchup for tomorrow night in Game 2 of the series. Want to give thanks to Ballpark Frank Harness with another outstanding job producing Las Vegas 51s baseball. And thanks to all of you, very sincerely, for tuning into the 51s tonight. Until tomorrow, this is Russ Langer wishing you all a very fine evening from Cashman Field in Las Vegas, where tonight the Salt Lake Stingers came back and defeated the Las Vegas 51s 8-7. Good night.
You've been listening to the Las Vegas 51 on Fox Sports Radio 1460. 51's Baseball is brought to you by Carl's Jr., Budweiser, Cox Communications, and by the Las Vegas Review-Journal. You're listening to Fox Sports Radio 1460. Las Vegas 51, they're all the best.